Woo! It's heating up, heating up, heating up, heating up. Yeah, a little less than 2 weeks now. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get right into this because it's late already. Mac Jones to the Niners draft night selection is still being displayed on plenty of analysts, NFL experts, and sports media sites all over the net. And people look at it like, no, it ain't. The notion of such is being challenged by some of the facts surrounding the entire situation to begin with. A lot of people are in disbelief. Why? Mainly because they just don't like Jones. And there's some reasons why they don't like Jones. Some believe it is a smokescreen. For lack of a better term, the question is, what is the purpose of smokescreening this matter? You're number 3. What for? Tonight, we'll be taking your call to get your thoughts on why you think Mac Jones is still believed to be destined to the Niners. Is this becoming a true or false question? And then leave it alone. Or is it more of a choice between an A, B, or C choose-it type examination? Yeah, but first, family, you know what? Some fun stuff. NFL media analyst and huge Niners fan, Michael Silver has a lot of belief in the 49ers' chances of... What? Oh. Oh, Dollar Bill, please, man. You know we don't spam. Okay, guys, please don't spam. No matter how excited you are about a given player, just please calm it down, okay? Anyway, let me NFL analyst and huge Niners fan, Michael Silver has a lot of belief in the San Francisco 49ers' chances of competing during the upcoming season. Silver feels Coach Shanahan's squad can bounce back from his disappointing injury-plagued 2020 misery disaster season and has the pieces in place to become the team to beat in 2021. Silver was chatting it up with Steve Weiss and Judy Batista on the NFL Network, Total Access, and he is quoted saying, I think they're going to come back strong. You saw the bold move to trade up for the number 3 pick. They're going to get a quarterback of Kyle Shanahan's choosing, and you're going to have a lot of difference makers out there on the field. San Francisco has put itself in a position to acquire one of the top quarterback prospects in this month's draft. Right now, Justin Fields of Ohio State is a favorite to be selected at number 3 at this hour, I just want to add. Trey Lance of North Dakota State and Mac Jones of Alabama are other possibilities, which could shift on Monday afternoon. But the host attempted to calm Silver down and slow his roll. Judy Batista ups and says she names the Bucs as her team to beat in 2021 after Tampa Bay brought back much of its Super Bowl winning roster. And you know what? The ladies got a point. All them dudes, all of them, they're going to be better familiar with each other this year. Continuity is a huge plus on any team. Play together, kill together. That's the way it works. It's the call of the wild. A wolf pack that's been together for a while will annihilate any meat out there. That's the way it works. Silver counted with San Francisco has a talented roster that is good enough to compete with anyone in the NFC, including the Super Bowl champions, and I concur. We've also got a wolf pack that will destroy. It's been together for a while. They're ready to rock and roll. And this time, it's serious. Mike, I agree. It just needs to stay healthy. Good God, that was the case last year. They was ready. Too late to cry about that. It's spilled milk. It's all over the floor. Forget about it. All right. It might continue with the quote. Now, Steve, you heard me earlier talk about the Texans and their complete absence of cornerstone players. Think how many the 49ers have. Nick, Bosa, George, Kittle, Fred, Warner, among them. Just absolute game changers. They think Brandon Ayuk can be one going into year 2. So I think, Judy, as good as the Bucs look on paper, Tom Brady can't do it forever, can he? I'm calling the Niners as a team to beat in 2021. You go, Mike. You go, man. Steve White's timed in reminding viewers that the 49ers also signed Trent Williams, another cornerstone piece, to a long-term deal this offseason. Fam, are they ready? Shit. They were ready last year. If only. But that's not going to happen twice. No. They're going to do everything. I'm a little worried about the season starting off a lot like it did last year. A lot of virtualness. I don't want virtualness. We need to get out there on the field. We need guys to bump off of each other. We need to, the chemistry has to be built. The familiarity, things got to be built up early. We don't have time for this virtual stuff, man. It's looking bad for as far as that goes. But back to the Mac Jones mystery. NFL Network's Bucky Brooks recently stated that he doesn't view Mac Jones as a top 3 talent in this year's draft class. Okay. Most people would agree. But there is a huge percentage of people that don't. In fact, he doesn't see Jones as a first-round talent, period. So it's difficult to imagine the Niners spending 4 draft picks, including 3 first-rounders, to move up to acquire him. Media chatter painted a curious picture after the Niners traded up to the number 3 spot. Because of the history of quarterbacks that Shanahan has worked with, speculation ran rampant, linking Jones to the Niners. The narrative has changed slightly since Justin Fields held his second pro day this week. But remember, pro days are nothing more than a display of your arm talent for the most part. So whatever film has been digested about this player during games is going to hold precedence over anything they see in pro days, right? So the minds have been made up for a while, which is it's a compelling thought. You get excited about pro days, but then again, they've already looked at everything. We'll see. Niners coach Kyle Shanahan and GM John Lynch were in attendance, and Fields is now the favorite to succeed Jimmy G in Santa Clara. Bucky B joined the Rich Eisen show earlier today and discussed the Niners' options with their top pick. With several mock drafts still projecting a Jones to Niners scenario, Eisen asked Brooks who he believes the pick will be. Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Didn't even put the Jones boy involved. Brooks responded with, quote, I think the conversation about Mac Jones is just conversation. I think when you're Kyle Shanahan and you move up to get a remarkable talent. This is projection. Everybody's doing this. They believe their thought processes are the same as Kyle Shanahan's. This could be a really big, bad disaster if you get your mind set on that. He doesn't think like you, me, or anybody we know. He's Kyle. There's no telling what's going on up in that head. And Brooks goes on to say, and that talent to me needs to be someone who can not only do the things that you want to do on script, but off script. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing is you need to compare your quarterback to the other quarterbacks in the division. And if we're being honest, Rich, the NFC West has Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Matthew Stafford. In any scenario, do we view Mac Jones as being the player that can better than any of those guys in the next 2 to 3 years? Question mark. No. Nobody can imagine that. But, God, this is like prejudice. We don't know what Mac Jones will look like at the pro level any more than we know what Justin Fields or Trey Lance or any quarterback that comes into the NFL every year. 90% of them are going to go down, crash, and burn. That's just the way it goes. Which ones are going to rise to the top and deal with the NFL? The speed, the pain, the complication of real defensive backs, real pass rushes that include the best in the game. It's a scary thing. Because if we don't know, then we shouldn't make a move for him, as Brooks continues. But when we think about it, the extraordinary talents of the 2 others, Fields and Lance, that are mentioned, we can see how the athleticism and combination of arm talent could give them an opportunity to succeed and surpass some of those guys in the division. I think it has to be one of those 2 other guys, and I believe Mac Jones is just a smokescreen. There's that word again, smokescreen. Fam, here's my question. What in the hell is a smokescreen for? With the number 3 pick of the 2021 draft, are the Niners going to select Michael McCorkle, the Mac Jones True or false? Follow that up with some reasoning for us, just how to show your mental prowess and where you think, and make somebody feel comfortable with thinking like you think right now. With the answers like A, the 49ers would never choose a quarterback with a name like McCorkle. B, he just doesn't look the part. C, it was discovered that Mrs. Jones' baby boy likes cats, and we're not going down that path again. I'm always hanging out on Twitter. You probably see me there being rude and nasty. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna calm that down. I'm really gonna try to understand that everybody's not as sharp as I am when it comes to football. I'm playing. Don't come to Twitter messing with me. I'm playing, okay? I noticed a very relevant tweet before coming on tonight's program. The Rod, big shout out to Alabama. Rod's tweet reads, and it's relevant to what we're doing here tonight. I had an epiphany. He, meaning Kyle, I guess, played us by telling us he planned to use pick 3 for a quarterback. Used Mac Jones' smokescreen to throw spin at media. Now he shocks the world and gives Jimmy G a 1-2 punch tight end duo in Pettis and Kittle like New England had in Gronk and Hernandez. The last time New England just dominated NFL. You know where this could be slightly possible? I mean, I'm just saying slightly possible because you trade down, you find out what the Falcons want. You trade down to them. If they don't want a quarterback, you move down. No, wait. No, that still wouldn't work. I'm trying to think of a scenario where you can still get one of the top quarterbacks and Pitts. Because even though people say, man, we don't need no tight end, we got George. BS. George gets a guy like Pitts run alongside him like we were trying to do last year with Jordan Reed. You get another premier tight end out there, bam, it's over. There'll be no helping a defense anywhere in the NFL if you got both those guys out there and Ayuk and Debo. There's nothing that a defense can do. With the run game we got, along with that, Bucks can hoop and holler and pound their chest how badass they are all they want to. You give George another premier tight end to run along with him, it is going to be ridiculously rough. Pipe dream on my part. Rod's thinking something similar. I think a few people like Pitts. He's a dream. I still want him in our division, dreaming on somebody else's team. That dude's going to hold the league, I'm telling you. And somebody said Pitts can block. That's the narrative put out there by people that don't know that don't believe they can get him. He can. Anyway, he's not famous for that though. So anyway, we're going here. We go right to the phone, or where are we going here next? But anyway, these are the things, True or false, is Mac Jones coming? Or give us an A, B, and C reasoning. Aaron Donald is not to be messed with. I know, I saw that clip. It looks like he's not actually the aggressor in that. Gotta love Niners, always good for laughs. Kyle threw away 2 number 1 draft picks and will waste number 3 pick waiting on Jags and Jets leftovers. Poor Niner. A Rubes fans. I didn't see that was Rudy's logo up there. He fooled me on that one. I thought it was somebody who was actually coming in to talk some intelligence. I made a mistake. Rudy, thanks for your contribution, though, Rudy. You sickie. NG49, there was a time not long ago where I was the only one on the field string. Someone here even argued with me. I've been saying it all along. He the one. Could be. Nothing is positive yet. It's if the narrative shifts over to Trey, I'm gonna say, see, this is what I'm talking about. Man, people are so confused. Every time somebody does a pro day now, it's their turn. Hey, John, come on in, John.
Ronbo.
Well, John, the fact that Fields did his pro day the other day, it sort of leaned the weight. The scale sort of dropped in his favor, and we're waiting for Trey Lance on Monday. will that continue to move it? But Mac Jones is somehow still lurking in the shadows. How is that possible? Is this a joke? Is this true or false? If it is a smokescreen, can you elaborate on why in the world would this be a smokescreen?
So, Rumbo, when someone says smokescreen, about, something that's not going to happen, the first thing that we have to ask, ourselves is Kyle Shanahan telling somebody, and then they're telling the media that they're going to take Mac Jones? Is he doing that? That answer is no. We don't know what he's going to do. That's plain and simple. So what does the media have to do? Oh, let's look at Kyle Shanahan. Quarterbacks, Matt Schaub, RG3, Hoyer, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, and then Jimmy Garoppolo. What do those quarterbacks in common? Most of them are in the pocket. They're pocket quarterbacks. But I want to piggyback something, is that we don't know what Kyle Shanahan quarterback looks like, because he's been handed quarterbacks. When he was a quarterback coach, his room was Matt Schaub, so he had to work with him. Then when he went to, with his dad to Washington, they had to learn, because was that the Shanahan's quarterback, RG3? No, they still drafted Kirk Cousins. And then when he went to Cleveland, was Hoyer the starting quarterback? Did he tell the Cleveland coach to bring him in? No. And then we also look when he went to Atlanta. He was there in Atlanta for several years. Kyle Shanahan did not draft him. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, John Lynch traded for him. So we don't know what quarterback Kyle Shanahan wants. And that's the fact. I'm sorry. I sent you 2 contributions, and I was trying to make that point with you, Rumbo. We don't know what quarterback it is. So when it comes to this smokescreen about Mac Jones, it's possible that that's what Kyle Shanahan wants. But at the same time, has Kyle Shanahan, been in the room on draft with the teams that he's been? Can you draft this quarterback and I can develop him? No. That's the simple answer. So when it comes to the smokescreen of Mac Jones, we don't know. Justin Fields is just like Bucky Brooks said. He's the best talent on the board. You don't pass up on a talent like that. It doesn't matter if it doesn't fit Kyle Shanahan's system. Trey Lance, you don't pass up on Trey Lance. He has the more pro style, offense when he was in college. He hasn't played a lot, so that is really scary. So when you look at Mac Jones, it's like, you scratch your head and think about it. It might be possible.
Let me just ask you a question on that, though. Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, even Lamar Jackson, which is probably one of the better quarterbacks, they had a shot at all of these guys. Why didn't they get them? At least one of them.
Well, in 2017, I want to point this out because, you brought it up. What was the need that the 49ers really needed besides quarterback? It was defensive line. Myles Garrett was drafted. Solomon Thomas was the number 2 guy. John Lynch drafted the number 2 guy on the board. Big bust. They needed a linebacker. Reuben Foster fell down. He was the number 1 linebacker. They drafted him. Did that work out? No. So it's not that the picks that we want, it's what they needed. And for some reason, they never addressed the quarterback situation, because when Garoppolo came, that quarterback, they didn't really have to focus on the quarterback. When he had an ACL injury, they never addressed it. So at the end of the day, we can argue with one another, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, but the reality is that when John Lynch is, has to set a pick, and he has to look at what's the most important. And in 2020, when we traded DeForest Buckner, we went with Kinlaw because we needed to replace him.
True. So, drafting up to get Reuben Foster in that first round, though, I still wonder. John Lynch has been quoted saying he kicks himself for not grabbing Mahomes. Could they have traded up even further and given up more assets? But still, hindsight is always 20/20. You can see clearly now. But the thing is, I keep wondering, with the talent they saw out there, is Shanahan, has he evolved? Has he changed? Will he go with the best talent now? You think that, do you, John?
Yeah, you have to go with the best talent. Like I'm not an NFL coach, so I don't know what goes in that room. But say Trevor Lawrence drops to number 3. Are you going to pass up at Trevor Lawrence for Mac Jones? No way. So you get Justin Fields if Zach Wilson is number 2. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And Shanahan has to realize, many more quarterbacks are going to be coming in the next 5 years. They're going to resemble Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, et cetera. So that's just, you have to adapt to the game, and it is what it is. They're not playing 1980s football where you run the ball.
It's going to be rough. Hey, great observation, Johnny. I'll tell you what, we'll see you Sunday. Okay?
All right, I'll see you Sunday, Ronbo.
All right.
Niners all day.
There he is. The Ultimate Report. Click him. He's got content rolling on a constant basis as well. And let's go check out James. Ain't seen James in days. It's late, too.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, man?
James doing all right, man. Sitting poised and kind of wondering what the hell is going on. Because, James, the 49ers are going to take us through this each and every year, as long as they're there. Because with Balky, you kind of knew what he was going to do, because Balky, nothing mysterious about him. But these guys, ain't no telling what's coming. They'll have us walk out there with Penei Sewell, who's now telling everybody, I'm working on left tackle and right tackle. What? Damn, what? So there's no telling what's going to happen here. And it's kind of tough to realize what Mac Jones brings to the table that Justin Fields may not, that Trey Lance may not, or anybody else for that matter. It's a smokescreen. The word smokescreen is killing me every year, James. Can you shed any light on this? What would be the point? Is it a true false, or is there reasons?
Well, Ronbo, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to you and your staff. I might not be on here sometime, but I listen each and every day. And I'll tell you, it's been, it's funny because the majority of the players that we have on this team right now, there's guys that were picked in the 3rd round, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. The list goes on and on. Daniel Brunskill, UDFA, Manuel Mosley. Nick Bosa was a 1st-round draft pick. Laken Tomlinson was a 2nd round. I don't even know if Trent Williams was a 1st round. But the bottom line is that 1st round is iffy. Okay, you may bode well, and it may be a crapshoot. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I look at it this way. All these top quarterbacks that we've got our eye on, Mac Jones, I like Mac Jones. Justin Fields, a lot of people like Justin Fields. Trey Lance, a lot of people like Trey Lance. But you know what, Ronbo? Either one of those guys that they pick, and even if Zach Wilson, if the Jets happen to pass up on him, neither one of these guys are going to start, okay? Yeah. Now, they're going to take a year. It's even complicated for veteran quarterbacks to learn Kyle Shanahan's offense. It's just that intricate. Now, if these guys are going to sit back behind Jimmy for a year, and truth be told, I think Jimmy coming off that ACL in his 2nd year healed up, Jimmy is hearing all this from the sideline. I'm telling people right now, I believe he's going to light it up like we ain't never seen it before, man. And I'm going to tell you just like this also. Okay, either one of these quarterbacks that everybody's high on, and we believe they're going to pick one. But I'm really believing something that you said a month ago. And I'm seeing it more. My brother Hakeem, who's a diehard 49ers fan, me and him talked about it today. Okay, just per se, we're sitting there at number 3. Here's a player like Kyle Pitts, 6'6", 245 pounds. You match him up with George Kittle, okay? You match him up with George Kittle, okay? Jimmy will, I'm telling you right now, I said the year when we went 13-3 and went to the Super Bowl, had that rookie Chase McLaughlin might have made them 2 field goals, we could have won 15-1. With a first-year quarterback undershot Kyle Shanahan's offensive tutelage, man. In his first full year, 13-3, we still went to the Super Bowl. Now, I mean, you plug in this big, massive player that's a slash. He's slated as a tight end, but he plays like a receiver and an absolutely monster tight end. Great at blocking. You basically cannot play him one-on-one. He's a nightmare matchup. We already got a player by the name of George Kittle that's a half of your team nightmare matchup, okay? So you put those two together and a fluent running game. We shored up the offensive line. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they that night we hear the name of either Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase. That's the way I'm feeling. These are players that are ready now. This ain't nobody got to stand on the sideline that you got to pay $30 million to for the next 5 years. And we don't know. I'm telling you right now, Garoppolo is a true competitor. And he's hearing all this. He's seeing it all behind the scenes. Some callers have said, Lynch's job and Kyle Shanahan's job, if they don't get it right, their jobs are on the line. Well, I think when I heard John Lynch at the presser that day about why they made the move to have a futuristic player as well as to insulate Jimmy, I think John Lynch did say that before they even thought about this, they went to Jed York, and Jed York signed off on it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he signed off on it, and they got the green light from him. He knows not every first round you're going to hit it out the park with. You're taking a chance. You don't know. These guys are at pro days. Mm-hmm. They're taking a snap from an offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. There's no NFL
no pass rush,
defense,
no DBs
defense coming at them, rushing at them. They're sitting there like basically they're dictating everything, and it's by design.
Yeah.
A pro day ain't gonna equate until a Sunday or a Monday or a Thursday or occasionally Saturday when you're in the playoffs, and sometimes the Sunday in February. That's the most important game of the season. That's Super Bowl.
I so agree. I do,
so,
James.
I will not be mad. I know I got to go, but like I said, Ronbo, I will not be mad if they go in a different direction. Thank you, Ronbo, for all that you do. Niner Empire, Niner Flight. Have a great evening. Thanks for having me. But let's get that player that we can plug in right now, that big 6'6", massive human being that can help us get to where we're trying to go. Okay?
I love it. James, appreciate you, fam. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, man. Have a good evening.
All right, James.
Niner Empire, Niner Flight. And there's still Josh Rosen as the backup now. Hello. Have a good evening, man.
Let me get Sudfeld. All right. James. And by the way, actually, I looked it up. 2010. He was a first-round pick, Trent Williams. He was the 4th overall, too. Hey, it's Chill. A Pill. A Phil. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Well, Phil, we're going to go through this every year. You almost have to send this to Scotland Yard to figure out what is up with the smoke screen. Every year I go through the smoke screen thing.
I don't think it's a smoke screen. I think it's just the media not knowing because the Niners aren't leaking, and they're guessing. And they throw this stuff out like spaghetti on the wall, see if it sticks.
Phil, that's the bottom line right there. It's not necessarily the 49ers throwing a smoke screen. It's the media, by virtue of their own thinking, putting that out there.
Yeah,
you have to call it something else.
Mac Jones is like all the other quarterbacks that Kyle had, and therefore he must like Mac Jones. And, you got Chris Sims saying, Mac Jones is the 3rd quarterback, so he's friends with Kyle, so he must know. But, Kyle never tells Chris Sims anything.
He learned.
They may be friends, but they don't talk about personnel decisions on the 49ers. That's for damn sure.
Can't do that.
And, I think John and Kyle have their guy. They don't know who the Jets are going to pick. I think we're pretty confident that Jacksonville will pick their guy. But
Wilson. Zach.
Will No. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to go to Jacksonville, but I'm not so sure.
Jacksonville. That's the
Jets
Jets.
are going to go Zach Wilson. You never
the
know.
Jets. Yeah.
You know, they are the Jets. Let's always keep that in mind. And so they could throw something out there, a monkey wrench and everything, and I'm sure the 49ers are prepared for that. And whoever Kyle wants, he's going to pick. You know, and that's it. And it's not the media who's picking. It's not the chat lines that are picking. It's not Twitter that's picking that pick. It's going to be Kyle. And he's going to have advice from John. And I think that's what's going to happen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, James said it. The guy's going to sit the bench for a year. So we're not even going to see him play other than preseason. And, you know, if Jimmy gets hurt, is he going to play during the regular season? So, I mean, to be realistic, the second and third and fourth and fifth round picks are more important to this year than the first round pick. So, it's just my opinion. And I'm for a guy like a Trey Lance who's young, has more upside, and if Kyle's the coach that he thinks he is, he can coach him up.
That he thinks he is. I love it.
With those talents. I'm just worried that Justin Fields doesn't have the chip. You know, I look at these quarterbacks who are successful, like Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees. They all have a chip on their shoulder.
That's a good point.
You know,
they all came to the league pissed off, thinking they were disrespected.
They were passed off. They're all pissed off. They get pissed off. And even Kyle said Jimmy plays better when he's pissed off. So, I don't know.
I'm expecting great things from him.
You know, I don't know if Justin Fields has the chip. I know that Trey Lance does because he was turned down to play quarterback at a bunch of schools, and that's why he had to go to North Dakota State. So,
really, I didn't read into him that. Yeah, I didn't read into him. Is that the case?
So you know, I'm just that's my thinking is, you know, I like a guy with a chip on his shoulder, something to prove. He's going to work hard and prove everybody wrong. And so, you know,
it's a motivator. It's a strong motivator too. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look what he did to Richard Sherman. That's been the angriest man in football since day one, and now he's on his way to the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
So you know,
absolutely, and he's probably going to be even angrier after getting passed up in free agency this year. So,
and also the Senior Bowl game. The Senior Bowl game put Joe Staley and some others in there as their Hall of Fame people out of the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame, right? And there's Rich tweeting, got snubbed again. I couldn't stop laughing.
Kind of my thing. You know, the pro days are only good for, you know, the coaches. They get to talk to their coaches. They get to talk to. They get to see the ball come out of his hands, you know, how much snap he has. And they also get to interview the kid. And so those interviews go far away because they want to know, is he going to work hard? Does he have that chip? And I think those are the things
biggest
in pro day,
intangibles.
but we don't know what's going on in the back scenes. I mean, Colin's going to pick his guy. And you know what? We got to live with it. I hope he does well.
You're right, and Phil, you're so right because Kyle does not care about public opinion when he comes to making the decisions he makes. And also this thing about Jimmy.
John.
Yeah, I know. He's already demonstrated that on how many different occasions. Anyway, Phil.
Yeah.
As usual, a lot of good sense.
Ronbo.
I'll see you Sunday.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Bye. Yeah, I forgot. You know, when you talk about putting spin and smoke screens, I forgot. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. It's not necessarily the 49ers putting out smoke screens. It's the imaginations of the media and NFL talking heads. It's Waruna.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Phil just kind of took all the balloons and the punch out of this party because I forgot.
He always makes great points.
You know, no, the thing is, Runa, it's not necessarily the 49ers that are putting up any smoke screens. The 49ers are going about their business as they do every day out in Santa Clara. They don't have any direct connection with the media. So what we're saying is a media invention. It may have
Yes.
nothing to do with the 49ers. What are you thinking on that? Is this something that is it a ploy? Are the 49ers going in a different direction than the media? Oh, the 49ers could be fooling the media, though. What is your feeling on this?
I mean, again, it's not 49ers fooling the media. It's media just want something. They want something to chew at it, right? Because otherwise they will run out of business.
No, that's what their store's open for, to mess with people's minds.
Yeah. So they have to make money while this draft lasts. So
They got
that's what they are
sponsors
doing,
on their
right?
websites. You got to click them. Yeah.
Yeah, they want that. But other than that, I mean, as Phil said, 49ers will do what they want. They definitely have a clear plan. Otherwise, they wouldn't move up number 3 because they know Trevor Lawrence is the only pick that is like guaranteed. He will go number 1 unless otherwise something really strange happens within next 2 weeks.
Agreed.
So there is always mystery who Jets are going to pick. And as everyone says, Jets are Jets. I mean, even in the off season, they were like really lame. They didn't even make any flash moves. Like they didn't sign any big free agents. So they
And
were
they got
like,
endless money. You're so right.
yes.
God.
Right. I mean, they got a new head coach. They can try out anything. I mean, with all due respect to Robert Saleh, I still didn't see him doing any justice to the hype that he had before he was hired, because everyone thought, okay, this is the guy who is going to do really well, but still he didn't show that much during the off season. But I hope he will do well because he is a great gentleman. So I hope he will do well, even though he's not on 49ers anymore. But that's the thing. Jets are Jets. So there is a mystery. So I think on the other hand, I mean, this is the weak point that we had. I mean, in terms of Jimmy, if the fact that Jimmy could not stay healthy, then that happens. We had Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. But now we have Josh Rosen. I'm not sure about how good Nate Sudfeld will be. But still, I mean, we are going to get a new quarterback. So, and imagine if we don't trade Jimmy for the next year, then we have 3 good quarterbacks. I mean, we don't have to worry about Jimmy's injuries anymore. And you already spoke about Nick Bosa coming back. He's going to be good. Then Javon Kinlaw, he's going to have a good season, I believe. And all the other, I mean, offensive side of the, I mean, every player. So I believe they are more angrier this year. I mean, Phil talked about Richard Sherman being angry. I think this offense, they should be really angry because they missed last season.
Humiliated last season, too. Well, really?
Yes.
Is he coming out there because you guys beat us up because we don't have our people here? Okay, we're back. Let's go.
Okay.
That's going to be it.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So it's going to be interesting. I mean, as a 49er fans, I'm really looking forward for this season. I think it's going to be a great season for us, where things are going. I mean, we did really well in the off-season signings. I mean, we got every piece that we needed. So we are going to upgrade in the quarterback position. So there shouldn't be any doubts about 2021 season unless something very bad happens with regards to injuries.
Don't speak it into existence. It's scary.
Yes.
At some point, after the season starts, Waruna, we cannot. Every 49er fan has to strike from their vocabulary the word injury. We're not having any injuries this year. We're not having it.
Yes.
We're going 17 weeks regular season football, injury free.
Injury-free. I mean, as you said, I saw you on Twitter, you said like, if he can stay 90% healthy, it's going to be a hell of a season.
Oh, God, yes. I mean, just 90%, Loruna, because we got such depth and talented depth.
Yes. Even the guys that we signed, Samson Ebukam, people, I don't think still realizes his value. He is going to be a great add to this roster. He is going to be a key piece.
I agree. When we're going to stop,
Yes.
Sunday, we'll pick it up right where we left off.
Okay.
Looking forward.
Thanks a lot, Ronbo.
I love getting you here every day, too. We'll talk to you Sunday. All right.
Oh, okay. Okay. Have a good night.
You too. Night, Waruna. Yes. Oh, wait. Remember, it's draft season. We get a lot of, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So I'm just curious as to why JJ doesn't come driving by with his car honking the horn anymore. Have you guys had a falling out?
No, I've never had a falling out with anybody.
JJ. So, okay, as I just mentioned, Phil actually debunked my theory. First of all, stop accusing the 49ers of putting up smoke screens. It's not the 49ers. It's every comedian in the NFL that thinks he knows, every sports writer, website, ESPN, and all of them, Bleacher Report. They're the ones making this whole narrative live. But, Big Show, your insights on this, what is it about? Whoa. It's just, God.
Well, the reason why Mac Jones is still in the picture, Ronbo, is because, with all due respect to John and Phil, if we were gonna take Trey Lance at 3, we would have kept Colin Kaepernick instead of Brian Hoyer. Kyle doesn't like running quarterbacks and athletic quarterbacks. Whether people want to think he's changed or evolved, he hasn't. And with all due respect to John, we know what kind of quarterback Kyle Shanahan wants. He's been wanting him ever since he got here. And hence we would have had Patrick Mahomes. We would have had Deshaun Watson. A quarterback like Kirk Cousins. He's not going to change. No matter how much he sees these shiny toys in the NFL, like Lamar Jackson, and these other running quarterbacks, Ronbo, you look at their success rate in the NFL, it's very slim. When's the last time a running quarterback has won a Super Bowl?
See, I don't want to say anything about that because people get all pissed off. When? Steve Young?
The Super Bowl, as far as quarterbacks goes, is won in the pocket. It is not won with their legs. And people need to realize that.
And by a solid defense. That's usually what happens.
Exactly.
That happened last year and really happened last year. My God, Mahomes was just killed.
And people need to understand that's not going to change in the NFL. No matter how shiny and good Justin Fields looks at his pro day or how good he looks next to Kyle Shanahan smiling and exchanging pleasantries. People think that's the pick already. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because they might have just told
with
a
all
joke.
due respect to Bucky,
Yeah.
with all due respect to Bucky Brooks, with all due respect to Bucky Brooks, Kyle Shanahan doesn't draft based on talent. Otherwise, we would have had CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy or Henry Ruggs on our team right now. He drafts based on scheme fit, Ronbo.
Yes, fit has always been this thing. So
And
you
he's
pointed
not
out
going to
something
shy
else.
away from that either.
And I just want to point out something else. There's a bitterness from Washington about that quarter. Now, I don't know if it's lingering, but there's bitterness about RG3 that may linger with the Shanahan men for a long time. Maybe not.
Yep.
I don't know. But, yeah.
But Kyle's not going to shy away from what he wants and what he feels is fit for his team. And people need to realize that. And the pocket quarterback always wins at the end of the day. So you need to be surprised when you need to set yourself back a little bit, calm down, and be prepared for draft night. Because Kyle doesn't always draft what we like and what Twitter thinks and what Instagram thinks and what viral pictures are going around things. He doesn't give away his hand like that. Are you kidding me?
Never have yet. So it's going to be
Everyone knew Nick Bosa was going to be the pick, of course, because we needed an edge rusher that we didn't have for years, So, I mean, come on.
And at any rate, we knew it was going to be an edge. There were several people, but Quentin Williams also got a lot of love from a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
And so
that's a smokescreen.
every
That's
year
what
we
a
do the same thing.
smokescreen is.
Yeah.
And as far as Mac Jones goes, Ronbo, people think Mac Jones is a reach at 3. He's not. Kyle said it. Go back and look at his press comments. We would have been left with nothing at 12. All the top 5 quarterbacks would have been gone in the top 10. So you need to get over that. That Mac Jones is a huge reach over at 3. It's not. Mac Jones has been creeping up people's teams.
Really disrespecting
Mac Jones has
him.
been creeping up.
Yeah.
Mac Jones has been creeping up
bad.
teams draft boards, not the media draft boards. He's not that bad. Go look at his numbers, man. Go look at the tape. He has no bad tape out there. The tape doesn't lie. That's what it's going to all boil down to, is the tape over what people think.
Pro days and everything else. Yeah, true.
Yes.
Combine. You can't do anything in
And
one day.
I played you that audio clip of Mac Jones at his press conference in his pro day. What did it sound like to you, Ronbo?
He sounded awfully cocky and confident. He sounded like he was like, somebody already told him, we're going to pick you up on that night. Just listen. Don't go around talking about it.
Kyle knew 5 weeks in advance. Kyle knew 5 weeks in advance who he wants at quarterback, and you don't. People need to realize that. You don't trade up to number 3 unless you know you're confident in who you're going to select.
That's another good point. And at that time, he didn't know where Mac Jones was going to fall on the draft order. They'd been trying to make that trade for, like you say, 4 weeks for sure. I read 4 weeks.
They've been trying to get in from 6 to 4, Ronbo, and nobody was listening to offers from us. And the Miami Dolphins just happened to buy that in at 3.
Oh,
we were forced. Our hand was forced.
There's another huge point. They had to go to 3.
So
they probably didn't really want to go to 3 because that would cost them more. Show you may have busted into something there.
Huh.
Anyway,
people need to realize, like I said, people need to realize Kyle Shanahan drafts based on scheme fit. He doesn't draft what we want. Otherwise, we would have an all-star team right now. Rombo.
I know, right? Because we've been number 2 and 3 and 4 and up and 12 and 13. How many times? Every year we're up high in the draft, except for every year, except for the Super Bowl year. So we ran out of time, and I'm getting
all right. Shout
red
out
flags.
to the TNT family. All the theories have been debunked right now. So good night. Y'all take care.
Big Show coming in and dropping the mic. Night show. Let's see you Sunday. Let's go now to Brittany. Brittany.
Hey, Ronbo. What's up?
Brittany, this is so much fun coming in and talking about these things because no matter, Brittany, before preparing for the program, I go through a lot of things and thoughts and read up like a book of stuff, right? And then I come in and I come up with the ideas I do. And then it's always overwhelming sometimes how people come in with all these different trains of thought. And tonight's been a potpourri of great stuff. Show. He just said, I forgot about that. Things that are being re-brought up are just things you may have read about too, that you say, whoa, that's right. If you put all the pieces together, it's not a smokescreen. This is the narrative that's gotten out of control from the media speculation, and the media's been steering this the whole time. But Brittany, there is something to be said about a little bit of what the media is doing based on a lot of facts. Show just pointed out scheme fit. We're looking at a history of Kyle Shanahan. If we go away from that, is that really realistic? Let me see the Niner love. Niner, you love to hate. Big Show is confusing pocket quarterbacks with that can run because of skin tone. Sit down, son. Fields, Lance, pocket quarterbacks, and then there's that, Brittany. All of that. Brittany, what are you thinking here?
First of all, that comment, it has nothing to do with race, so let's drop that first off.
I never get behind that.
I got to agree with Show. It's based on who Kyle thinks fits the scheme. I can't go away from that. He always want to look for a quarterback that fits his scheme because his scheme is a run-based scheme. So he wants to find out what guy am I going to get that can not only stay in the pocket or maneuver in the pocket, but also can hand off the ball to my guys who can run. It's not that hard to look at. So I gotta agree with Show. I gotta agree with it. people may say it's a smokescreen. You may see all the hate and all the making fun of and the bashing of Mac Jones, but he is technically a guy you would see in Shanahan's schemes because he can hand off the ball in the pocket or maneuvering in the pocket. Lance as well. So both of them you can see in his scheme.
Brittany, it's
believed, not a joke. You got to look at the tape.
It's believed, though, by so many that Fields or Lance,
but
they can add a dimension.
The thing why there's so much, right? Sorry.
No, as you say, they can add a dimension to Kyle Shanahan's offense. But my only problem with that is, are they going to be mature enough to be able to do that? Because you need to know what you're doing within Kyle Shanahan's system to be able to know when it's time to run. When you need to know you've got to stay solid and take that sack. You know, there's a lot of things you got to think of because a lot of people are thinking in terms of, well, he can get away with the pass. Protection breaks down. Yeah, but, you know, do we want him to get away or do we want him to find that guy at the last second and let that ball go? And there's a, you know, but go ahead. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
It's okay. I like what you just said. But what's also funny to me is how everybody's complaining, saying that, oh, John Lynch passed up on Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson in 2017. 2018, he passed up on Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, you know? But I don't know if you know this, but I heard somewhere that mobile quarterbacks are the most sacked in the league.
Right.
So
I knew about that.
My thing is, why would you risk getting somebody who's that mobile and is going to try, like, not once, but constantly try to run out the pocket to run for a touchdown or something like that, knowing that the offense can protect them and they're more vulnerable to get not only sacked, but probably injured.
You know, it's funny because Russell Wilson, somebody took a shot at him by him always crying about his offensive line to protect him. And they said, Russ, you know, some of them sacks you ran into. I think he was think about
the number one or the number two quarterback sacked. It was either him or Deshaun Watson in the 2020 season. One of them was the most sacked throughout that season. I don't remember. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that Fields is a bad player. He's amazing. He's great. But my thing is, do you want to take that risk of getting somebody like him who could get hurt, like, by just running out the pocket constantly for a touchdown?
Yeah, it's a thing that it's got a track record. I mean, you're right. A lot of guys who like to run, they get beat up a lot. How much can they take? This guy's a tough guy, though. So if he does run, he gets hurt. He's like George Kittle. Here's a man who gets up with ribs just torn apart, and he's still throwing the ball. Maybe kind of likes it.
This is another thing I find frustrating. Everybody would say Jimmy's injury prone. He has his share of injuries, but at the same time, do you see him complaining about it? Not really.
No.
That linebacker mentality that he has since high school just made him not complain about this injury. That, oh, my ankle or my knee. No, he doesn't complain about it. So you would see, like, a lot of these guys who run out the pocket too much, like Murray or something like that, you would see them in the sidelines, like, if they get hurt, like, frustrated or something like that because of what they're doing. And another point that was brought up is true. You don't see a lot of mobile quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl. It's usually somebody who stays in the pocket.
I know. I try not to say anything about that because I get enough fights as it is. But I said, you know what? When was the last time them guys ran them way into a Super Bowl championship? Mahomes didn't even run that much in that Super Bowl he won. I think Mahomes ran once or twice in that game.
He ran once. In that Super Bowl, he ran once for a touchdown, and I think that was the last time. That was it. But that should be an example of why not to be so risky with a mobile quarterback. You saw Super Bowl 55, and you saw how Mahomes was just running for his life from the defense.
See, because they can prepare for that. Cam Newton, remember, they beat Cam up so bad. He hasn't been right since. But Brittany,
Week 7's game, Cam Newton got overwhelmed too.
We're gonna go, Brittany. Good points. Let's see you Sunday.
Okay.
I'll see you on
Definitely.
Twitter. All right.
All
Bye.
right. Good night,
Bye.
Ronbo.
Good night, Brittany. Jerry B. Thanks, Jerry. That contribution. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, fam. And here he comes. Do-a-do-a-dee-a. Hey, D. Dion.
Ronbo.
Dion. D, man, these conversations always result in a lot of answers, and I've been designated to blame in the wrong place. I've been blaming the 49ers for putting up a smokescreen. D, the 49ers didn't put up no smokescreen. The 49ers are going about their business like they always do. The smokescreen is coming from the residents outside of Santa Clara, which is the NFL media machine. It's really funny. They shed some light on this, and I still want to know though why. No, those questions have been answered. D, what do you want to add to this? Everything's been answered.
It's very simple. Every year, there's somebody that gets hyped. Every quarterback gets hyped.
Every last one.
And it always happens. Look what happened to Mitchell Trubisky.
Poo-poo.
Remember that, Ronbo?
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Name it. I actually one thing. Name the last quarterback that came out of North Carolina and did the damn thing in the NFL. I'll wait.
It'll take me a while to come up with that answer.
They do this. There isn't there. The sad part is there isn't an answer. I've already done the research. I mean, I was just being sarcastic, of course. Like they do this every year. They gotta hype someone.
Yeah.
And I heard the young lady state, let's take race out of this. No, let's keep race in it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Here's the unfortunate issue. And I know this is your show, so I'm not going to do anything crazy or controversial.
No,
I'll save that for my own channel.
Okay.
But for me, this is what they do. Every time there's an African-American quarterback, there's some type of project. There's something wrong with him. He might possibly slip. Even the narrative that is painted by the media, whether it be black, whether it be white, analysts, they all say the same things about the black quarterback. Then you get the rare guys like Bucky Brooks, who's like, nah, I ain't about to do that to my own people. Y'all can miss me with that one. Justin Fields is a beast. Y'all sleeping. So they'll always do that. I mean, have you seen that commercial with Josh Allen where he's basically saying, they told me the same crap, Trey Lance. You know what? Don't listen to him because look where I went and look what I'm doing. I'm leading a team. When they told me I was a project, he's going to need time to develop. These analysts everything they're saying is clickbait and headline. They've been saying for months that we're going to draft Mac Jones. 49ers then came out and said that. 49ers have never confirmed that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know why? They need a quarterback to hype. Trey Lance already has hype. So does Justin Fields. So does Zach Wilson. So does Trevor Lawrence. All these guys already have hype surrounding him. So who's the dark horse that we've got to put out there to everyone?
I love when he said dark horse. That ties it all together. You know what? It's a very excellent point. Continue.
So for me, this is exactly how I look at it, Ronbo. Is Mac Jones a good quarterback? Most likely, yes. Where is he best suited? In New England. That's the type of quarterback they like. That's what they want. They will run the system to the max with Cam Newton right now because Cam is Cam, and they know they can do certain things with him that they can't do with the other stiff, non-mobile quarterbacks that they typically have had for the last God knows how long, because Brady was there for 20 years or some crap like that. And we all know Brady ain't running nowhere. I think he done ran for a first down probably maybe 5 times in his whole career.
He likes that up the middle during the goal line, though. That's what he does there.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he likes that. But then you got to remember, he's tall, and he's got a good wingspan. So it's not hard for you to get hit in the gut but still reach over and get the touchdown. All the ball got to do is break plane.
Yep.
It's easy. So it's for me, I'm looking at it like this. I believe that at a bare minimum, your top 3 quarterbacks are not going to contain Mac Jones by any stretch of the imagination. At the end of the day, Mac Jones will go where he needs to go. And to be honest with you, what I've been looking at, and I don't like this person anymore because of what they said, but he should go to Denver. They've been looking for the next John Elway since John Elway left. This is about as close as you're going to get. I know everybody's comparing him to Tom Brady, but Mac Jones is as close to John Elway as John Elway is ever going to get. He took Peyton Manning at the back end of his career, and then they lucked out and got that championship. But to me, I think he fits in Denver. Why? That will give them the quarterback that they want. You put Alabama with him and Jerry Jeudy. Like, there's things that they can build around. They draft some offensive linemen, make sure that defense gets shored up. Boom, they should start looking like superstars. But Mac Jones will not be in the top 3. And all the commentators doing that, they're just doing that. I don't even pay any attention to it anymore. Like on my channel, I don't even say his name. I mean, who wants a quarterback with the middle name McCorkle? Do you understand? Like, do you understand what they would do? I'm sorry, man. Look, Jasmine over here eating. I almost got to choke it on his hamburger.
I mean, why would you name your child that anyway? I wonder about his parents.
Yeah, like,
why would you name your child McCorkle?
His name is like that? Matthew McCorkle Jones.
It's
really?
Michael.
I don't want anybody
McCorkle.
ever to. Oh, Michael, my bad. Michael McCorkle. You know what they would do to him in the military? Believe you, right? Believe you me, Ronbo. I've got lots of military family. They would have ripped that thing to shreds. He would have been the geekiest of the geek.
I'm trying to understand how he made it through high school. Man, you know how dudes are.
And he ain't. Look, at the end of the day, when you are the star quarterback, you garner a certain amount.
You can be named anything then.
So people won't bother with you. And then plus you got these big old offensive linemen protecting you. Believe you me, ain't nobody want to mess with you for that.
That's true.
Some dude 6'8", almost 300 pounds, chasing after you. Even though you're out running, if he catches you, the game is over.
Game over.
That's what I'm looking at, Ronbo. I think the top 3 quarterbacks don't contain them at all.
I like it. If you see D rolling around like D says on his channel, D, what channel? What name you going by on the chat nowadays? Because I'm looking.
Still, man, I'm Niner Gang Podcast. I haven't been in the chat in a while. I got to jump in there.
Yeah, you got to do that, man. So people can get you.
Yeah,
right.
Man. Jazz's birthday is around the corner, so I've been planning and plotting and trying to hide things, and I have a little investigator for a wife, so trying to hide things is a little hard.
When you say around the corner, what do you mean around the corner? Tomorrow or next year?
On the 20. She's on the 25th, so it's next weekend.
Right. So,
but us husbands, man, we got to think ahead.
Yeah.
The wife, the wives, they one step ahead of us at every turn. Oh no, they don't forget dates. We forget those all the time.
I know.
I don't know what happened yesterday. She does.
D, get back in here next weekend, man. Let's do the birthday song for her too. All right.
Oh, of course. All right, man. Appreciate you, Ronbo. Hey, Jazz says hello.
Hi, Jazz.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks,
Nothing but love to you, man. Hey, y'all out there listening, y'all better hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Ronbo, keep doing what you're doing, baby. You are the best at what you do.
Thanks,
and
D.
Have a good evening, brother.
Looking forward to it. You too, fam. Have a great weekend. All right. D and Jazz. What a great name. All right. Well, there you go. Another perspective. The black-white quarterback thing, I've always been a little naive about this, and I just want to believe, but there is a little bit of truth to it. Hey, Fly Guy.
What's good?
Fly Guy, you good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Fly Guy, man, it's like, I keep asking the question of why the smokescreen? Why we need to fool anybody? We're at number 3. But Fly Guy, it ain't the 49ers. It's the media people having fun working people's minds.
We take in Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones. Like, can you remember they comparing him to Tom Brady?
Yes.
Can you imagine somebody just standing in the pocket and just reading the field, like don't have to run? He just he know exactly who's gonna be open. That's what the quarterback are not doing nowadays. They can't read the field, so they're trying to run before they read the field. Mac Jones just sitting there and he know exactly who's gonna be open. You feel me?
No.
Man, that man is raw. I watch his highlight. Is like,
yeah. Even though I'm laughing, Fly Guy, people talk about Mac Jones like he ain't worth a. The dude is. I think it's because people love their pick of the draft. They ain't looking at Mac Jones seriously. They don't like him.
Yeah, they
That's the
don't
end of that.
know what they're talking about. Look at George Kittle was in the 5th round.
Ooh,
Look at how good he is.
good
They're just thinking,
example.
since
Nobody's
the
gonna
hype
pick.
is like
Yeah.
the 3 quarterback at the top, pick whatever at the top 3. But Kyle see something in Mac Jones that I see myself like this man. He can lit up the field. I'm telling you, Ronbo.
No.
If we get Mac Jones, I'd be happy as hell. I don't want nobody to be running around like just stay in the pocket. I mean, you don't have to stay there. But the way Mac Jones read the field, he don't have to run. He like a Tom Brady. Like he gonna get the ball out.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He does have a quick process and makes decisions. You know, Vlaga, you point to something a lot of analysts say about quarterbacks. It's not so much the athleticism and all those other glorious things. It's his ability to make good decisions.
Yeah, he make good decisions. Like before the receiver open, he already know where to throw the ball. Like every time he just know where to throw the ball, and the receiver always catch it on the run and just touchdown. And most of his passes are like over 50 yards. It's like this man is amazing. I see why Kyle like. See, one thing about Kyle, we don't see somebody to Kyle like him. Nobody knew about Mac Jones. Like I mean, he's from a good team, but he wasn't looking at Mac Jones like as a top pick.
Well, nobody knew about Kirk Cousins and who else? Jimmy Garoppolo. People knew about Jimmy. Who else? Matt Schwab. I didn't know what a Matt Schwab was, other than there's an investment firm called Schwab, but I didn't know about quarterbacks. So you know what? Vlaga, people have to understand. I keep telling you, your mind and Kyle's mind, everybody's mind and Kyle's mind. You know, you can't say things that you think are logical. Yeah, but this guy can escape pressure. He can do this. He's got the greatest arm in the game right now. And you can say all that stuff, but Kyle's looking at a lot of different things. So you got to, like, people are still worried about draft night. You ain't though,
Yeah,
huh?
but I mean, if he picked Mac Jones, I'd be so happy. Like I'm telling you, I'd be happy because I watched all his highlight Rumble. Man, this man is like his decision making is like on point. He knows exactly where to go with the ball. Like exactly. You know, he don't panic. His feet not shaking like Jimmy G. Like 1, 2, 3, Jimmy G start shaking. He want to get rid of the ball. Mac Jones stand in the pocket and he knows exactly where he's going. Like before the receiver get to the point, the ball's already there. That's how.
Well, see, that's just got to be able to do. Yeah, Shanahan likes for guys who can anticipate the receivers.
That's how you don't get sacked because you know you don't have to wait till the receiver gets to the point where the ball is gonna go. You know exactly where the receiver's gonna be at, and the ball is right there waiting for him. That's how I like him. Like, but only question we have, Rumbo, this question is for you. At first pick, 49ers pick Mac Jones, but who's gonna lose that number 10?
Wait, what? Wait, Jones. Wait.
First pick, 49ers pick Mac Jones. Who's gonna lose that jersey number 10?
Oh, I see what you said. They take it off. No, what Jones is Jones number 10? He is number 10. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. I guess.
Who's gonna lose that number 10?
The newbie has to either, if Jimmy stays, the newbie has to be 11 or something. No, he can't be 11. George Kittle wants 11 for reasons unknown.
Nah, Jimmy G go.
I don't know.
You can't do that to Mac Jones. You can't do that to Mac Jones. I'm telling you.
Jimmy give him number 10.
There's no way you do that to a first round pick.
Yeah.
They lose their number.
Give him number 10.
That means you took the confidence out of him.
Yeah, Jimmy
automatically.
Jimmy can take number. Hey, number 2 a number. What was CJ? CJ was number what? 2?
I don't know. I
3.
don't know about CJ.
He can take CJ's. Jimmy will take CJ's number. we got to go, fam. As usual, Fly Guy, you always bring in a surprise,
just think
refreshing
about that.
perspective.
Who lose that number 10? Think about that. Who lose the number 10 if we pick Mac Jones?
So there it is. That's
Somebody
why
got to go.
That's why Kyle's picking back. So he can take that shirt off of Jimmy and give it to McCorkle. Hey,
man.
my guy, let me see you Sunday.
Yeah.
God, y'all be killing me, boy. Hey, and Twisted Eva. Well, thanks, fam. He's got Fields in all big letters. Fields. Boy, I almost, man, Fields has got to be picked, or it's going to ruin. The fan base is going to just turn to. It's going to be so quiet. My God. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Ronbo.
Jamie, it's we start off tonight thinking, why are the 49ers putting up smoke screens, and what would be the purpose? And then suddenly, Phil comes in, as he always does. The 49ers, that's not them. The 49ers are going about their business as usual. And the media has decided it's a smoke screen. That's right. The 49ers don't care about what the media's talking about. They're doing what they do. So
Phil said something I completely disagree with, though.
Oh, go ahead. What?
He said that Chris Sims doesn't know what Shanahan's doing.
Well, in one regard.
What did Chris Sims say after last year's draft? He said he knew exactly who Shanahan was going after.
Did he say that?
He said that.
When did he say that?
He said it on his show.
But
it's his best friend.
True.
Tell me Chris Sims isn't giving Shanahan people to look at, and he's not telling him, hey, I got this guy. I'm thinking on this dude. It's your best friend.
Or
they got tattoos.
Or Jamie,
dude,
I know,
think
right?
About your best friend.
Tattoos. Or Jamie, if I'm Chris, I say this, and this, and I wait for the reaction. And from Kyle's reaction, since I know him, Jesus. That's
No, I mean, if I had a best friend that I went all through football with, I mean, he would be telling me people to look at, because Chris is telling Kyle, hey, you got to look at this dude, and Kyle, but not all the time, but
but you're going to discuss him, no matter what. Yeah.
I mean, that's just ridiculous. Not that you would think that they wouldn't be.
Well, I think what we're thinking is that Kyle has said that he doesn't tell Chris what he's going to do. But that doesn't necessarily mean Chris is not going to know. But still, like you're saying, the familiarity is going to make me know exactly what you're thinking. Yeah, that's a good point.
Just by the way he's talking about people, Yeah, he doesn't even have to say he's taking them. He's just got to be talking about them a certain way.
Or say certain things that make yeah, he likes that dude, Jones.
Yeah, and Chris ain't going to come out and say, this is the dude. Because last year, he knew that it was Ayuk. But on Chris's list, he didn't even have Ayuk on his list.
So he's being fair as far as that goes. Hey, Chris, you do what you do. Don't mess me up, man. Don't go around telling people and then list it. Yeah.
Just don't bring my guy up, if you don't have to, unless somebody asks you about it, because he sits down with that other guy. I forgot his name.
I know.
And after the draft last year, I watched their show, and he said, yeah, I knew he was looking at Ayuk.
You're talking about when he's in that shopping mall or when he's talking to Mike Florio?
Florio.
Okay, so it's Florio.
Yeah, he has his own podcast.
Yeah, I know. That's when he's sitting in the mall with some guy. I don't know who that guy is, but
yeah, I'm subscribed to it, so I watch it all the time. But you got to read between the lines with it because he's not telling you exactly who Kyle's looking at. He's not doing it. Well, why would he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, if they're going to be bros.
Be a very good friend, would he?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. He would, why would he say? Like he said that he thinks that it's Mac. Like if he really thought it was Mac, he wouldn't be saying he thinks it's Mac.
So that's the lead.
Are you kidding me?
Lead everybody away, because Chris is animate. I mean, he's been over and over telling everybody it's Mac Jones, and you're right.
He did not say Ayuk one time last year.
Did he say anything about Kinlaw?
He had Kinlaw on his list of people. And who was it that won the Heisman? Was it the quarterback?
Which Lamar Jackson? What year are you talking about, though?
Oh, no, I'm talking about last year. Oh, it wasn't the quarterback for once,
His wide
right?
receiver, yeah.
Yeah, it was his wide receiver.
Yeah.
So you look at the list of people that go to their first read the most. He's like, what was it? They go through their reads and they had Fields on top of the people to get to their second read, and Mac Jones was like number 8. So and then if you think about who actually runs more, Trevor Lawrence ran more than Fields did last year.
Really?
Ran with the ball. Yeah. And I just seen a show with Beck, the quarterback guy that Kyle's got running around.
Yeah, John.
And he said that the thing that they're looking at for the quarterbacks is a guy that can maneuver around the pocket, not necessarily run, but is elusive enough to maneuver around the pocket to stretch a play out. And, I mean, how long is Mac Jones going to be maneuvering around a pocket? And how big of arm does he have to get it down the field, even if he does have time to maneuver around the pocket?
I mean, Fields and Lance, they answer just about every question. So it's well, I don't know.
Lance puts his head down and runs a lot faster than Fields does. Like, when I first started looking at the quarterbacks, I was not a Fields fan until I started going through everything and looking at all of this stuff, and it's just been gradually seeing point by point. I mean, this kid's good.
We're gonna see Lance on Monday too. Jay, we're gonna go and let's see you Sunday.
Okay.
Great stuff. And again, Jamie brings out a point you can't ignore. I mean, did Chris say something last year that led people in another direction? Is he doing it this year? Oh, forget about it. Not a Mike knows. Not a Mike.
Forget about it, Ronbo. That's exactly right, Neither Mike knows. What the hell's going on over there, Ronbo?
You know, people talking crazy, Mike. I know that's boy. I tell you what, you need to make some corrections.
I see it the opposite way, Ronbo. I think people were talking crazy. You know what I mean? And now they're finally coming to their senses, and starting to finally put the peanut butter with the jelly, Ronbo. You know,
bananas. I like peanut butter bananas.
You like peanut butter. You're a peanut butter and banana guy. Well, however you like it, people are finally starting to get their friggin' bolts screwed down together there, and really looking at this thing, like it needs to be. I've been saying it, Ronbo, that you're not going to tell me that they were all in on Deshaun Watson and that got Steve Young coming out saying that Zach Wilson was their number one choice, and yet they're just going to settle for Mac Jones. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. And I think, honestly, push come to shove, I mean, I don't know how serious they thought that Carolina was about Mac Jones, because supposedly, they really, really liked him after being with him there at the Senior Bowl and all that. You know what I mean, Ronbo? So I don't know how that situation goes. And to be quite honest with you, even though they got Donald over there now, I feel like after we get Fields at 3, they would probably be the next team that, if the Patriots don't jump up in front of them to try to get him, then I think, that he'll go there. And then if that happens, well, then I might get my my Christmas present early, Ronbo, and I can see us sending old Jimmy G over there to the Patriots. You know what I mean? For that number 15, baby.
Yeah. Hey, was that you? That's you who made that deal the other day, right? Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
That was you with the 15th pick.
That was me, Ronbo. I'm telling you, listen, that's the slogan for the campaign, Ronbo. It would be a dream, Jimmy for 15. You can post that up with however you want to do it. However you want to do it, that would be a great thing. And I don't know. I feel like the Patriots would do it too, especially if a couple of the other players that they had highly regarded on their board not there. Then I could very easily see them doing that. So I don't know. It is what it is. I know
Mac
this,
Jones,
Ronbo. I know the.
he
Go ahead,
could
what
be on
was
his
you
way.
gonna say?
No, I was saying Mac Jones could be on his way to 15. Because first of all, most analysts didn't have him picked in the first round up until about a month ago. So it's interesting.
Yeah, no, he got the ultimate hype job. You know, he got the ultimate hype job. But listen, at the end of the day, he does got good tape, Ronbo, and he's not a bum. You know what I mean? I'm going to say that. Mac Jones is not a bum.
No.
But the bottom line is this. In the same breath and in the same sentence, you could also say that Mac Jones is not a Justin Fields. Right? Mac Jones is no Justin Fields. And let me say this. This is the main reason why. You know, I've gone back and I've listened to a lot of things. Everyone likes to say, oh, this is the guy that Channy likes. No, this is the guy that if you go back and you listen to a couple of his interviews, it sounds a lot like what the quarterback coach was saying, Ronbo. He's looking for elite arm talent, which Mac Jones does not have. All right? Let's just be honest with that. He's looking for elite accuracy, which Mac Jones does have. All right? And Justin Fields has. And Justin Fields also has elite arm talent. He doesn't just have arm talent. He has elite arm talent. And to the caller that just called in, what he was saying, you know, here's the difference, right? When Jimmy scrambles and rolls around and has to buy time and go back, if he's going to go throw a deep ball, the guy guaranteed the running the wide receiver, the tight end, or whoever, they're going to have to come back for that ball. All right. If Justin Fields rolls out and scrambles around, he's still got enough arm to keep the receivers running in stride, and he could drop a 60-yard dime like he was showing at his pro day. You know what I mean? And he showed in regular season games on tape too. All right? And he did that. One of the best throws I think he made was in the game against Michigan where he was rolling out to his left and he dropped that crossbody dime for about 55 or 60 yards, and it was beautiful, Ronbo. Hit him in the back of the end zone and things. That's what you get from an elite arm. We don't have an elite arm. And Mac Jones is not an elite arm. So Mac Jones is just like Jimmy G. That's why he needs that.
I got to tell
you know what I mean?
We didn't have an elite speed in the Super Bowl either because, like, Jimmy G put that ball about an inch away from the end zone, and my high time wide receiver was running behind it for about a half a mile. So, Mike, I do beg to differ on that.
That goes again to accuracy too, Ron.
Yeah, well,
Jimmy definitely doesn't have downfield. He's got great short to intermediate accuracy. But downfield accuracy, Jimmy G is below average. That's just a sad reality for all you Jimmy lovers out there. That's
Mike, one thing, he led the league in 2019 in downfield shots.
He led the league in downfield shots. No,
yeah.
You know what he led the league in, Ronbo? He led the league in yak yards. That's what he led the league in. There's his downfield shots. Yeah. It looks like a downfield shot at the end of the play. You know, but it is what it is. Hey, look,
Mike, we gotta go.
It's going to be great. I think Justin Fields is going to be fantastic, Ronbo. I hope we get him and wreak havoc on the league. It's going to be great to have not just a passing weapon on bootlegs, but have a guy that could still scramble for 6 or 7 yards and make it an easy 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. You know what I mean? Anyway, Ronbo, you have yourself a good night, and I'll talk up with you later, all right?
Hey, Mike, Big Show says, please give Niner Mike a shout-out. And there you go. From Big Show to you, fam.
I appreciate it. Tell Big Show he's the man. Big Show, I appreciate you and all your knowledge on here. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to all the Niner faithfuls out there. And I'm working on we're gonna get a social media thing going here soon.
Yeah, do that, Mike. I'm telling you, man. People want to talk to Niner Mike. All right.
All right. I appreciate it, Ronbo. You have a good night. I'll see you on Sunday, all right?
Looking forward. Night, Mike.
All right. Forget about it, Ronbo. All right.
Mike's got to have a TV show, man. His whole presence is just so Hollywood. Hey, Tony. What's up, Tony? Thanks for that contribution, fam. It's just happy Aloha Friday, Ronbo. Stoked for Sunday. Tony's going to be our Red Gold GM this Sunday, by the way. Stoked for Niners to have the best draft of the Shanahan era. Let's go! And Kid Martin, what's up, kid? Nick Mullins don't have an arm at all, and his first 16 starts had the second most yards in NFL history to Mahomes. You don't need a bazooka in Kyle's offense. You know, this is the thing, a lot of us look at what we're seeing happening other places and think we don't have it. You know, it's not always like that. Papa Dragon. Ken, thanks for that contribution, by the way. Papa Dragon.
Ronbo.
Papa Dragon.
What's going on?
Oh, Papa Dragon, I got B-slapped into my whole thing today was about why are the 49ers putting up a smoke screen. When I accused them of having a smoke screen up, they don't have a smoke screen up. The media has the smoke screen going, and the media has led us from the off-season activity on up until now, and they're going to continue to do so until draft night. And you got to be careful to separate what's coming from the media and what's coming from downtown Santa Clara. I gotta stop doing that.
No, that's easy. That's real easy. Because you know what's coming from downtown Santa Clara? Nothing. We're not saying a damn thing. It's draft time. That's what you're supposed to do. So I got a couple of things I want to get at real fast. First and foremost, it is very unwise to reach for a draft pick because of a scheme fit when you're in the top 10. The top 10 pick is for you to make some kind of legendary pick that makes a huge difference out of your franchise. For example, who was the last quarterback to win a Super Bowl for San Francisco?
That was Steve.
It was Steve Young.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he had 6 touchdown passes, and he was the leading rusher in the game. Now, I used to be a former defensive back, and you had 2 kind of defensive meetings. You had the regular defensive meeting where you have somebody that sits in the pocket and you don't have to worry about them. Okay? So we can double team somebody else. And then
don't have to keep charging back and forth. I hated that.
Right. And then you had the running quarterback team meetings and practices where a lot of times they would stick a wide receiver or running back there to play the quarterback, making everybody crazy. Because all of a sudden, you're sitting there in coverage, and oh no, coming from around the corner, Justin Fields on a bootleg. Here comes 230 pounds running 4-4. Oh, courage, the defensive back has to make a business decision.
And what's he going to do?
I'm going for the legs. Or I'm going to take
shoelaces. Yes.
Right. The little elusive guys like Mike Vick, you're just kind of screaming like, because you're just trying to.
Because you want
help.
To
corral them. You're trying to corral them. So the deal is this is the deal, people. We want the best quarterback for our team, whether they're a pocket passer or whether they're a running quarterback. You don't draft a quarterback because he's a running quarterback. What we're talking about here is McCorkle, who threw for 77% completions, 55% of that was behind the line of scrimmage. He looks more like Jimmy G than he does any other quarterback. Now, here's a couple of facts for you. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.8. So this is what 4.8 can do for you if you have quick twitch muscles and athleticism. You know who else runs a 4.8? Patrick Mahomes runs a 4.8.
Yeah, I knew Patrick Mahomes wasn't fast. You watch him run, he ain't fast, but he's quick.
Got football athletic. He's got suddenness. You know what I'm saying? Suddenness. Quickness. He's sudden. Exactly. So a lot of like Edelman, he wasn't fast. He was quick. That's the difference between quick and fast. So the reality is, it works in football and short spaces.
Same thing.
Yeah,
in and out of routes in a heartbeat.
Oh God, we're gonna miss him. But make no mistake about it, there is not a single quarterback in this draft class right now that's going to be able to come in. Well, one guy's got a chance. A single one's going to be able to really come in here and take Jimmy G's job. I don't care if it's Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. I don't care who it is. It's not going to happen. Not even Mac Jones, because Mac Jones. Do you think he had the same arm as Peyton Manning when he came out? No. Was he as tall as Peyton Manning when he came out? No. Didn't Peyton Manning throw 28 interceptions his rookie year? You can't win like that, Ronbo.
It's
you
difficult.
Can't win.
Yes.
You can't win. But with a running quarterback, you can devise some rollouts, some screens, some unbalanced plays, and on third down gives you a chance to divert more of those third downs. Now, the most important thing that I think people have to realize, whether it's Mac Jones or whoever, it ain't Mac Jones. You don't trade away all those picks to overdraft somebody just because they fit your system. Did we draft Solomon Thomas because he fit our system? No. We tried to put 20 pounds on him. We tried to put 20 pounds on that man and turn him into something that he wasn't. That's what he did. He was better off as an outside linebacker in a 3-4.
Yeah.
Okay, on the strong side. That's where he was better off at. But we played him at the end. We played him at tackle. It just doesn't work. Sometimes things just don't work out. So you want to draft the best possible specimen that you can at that spot. And I don't mean a tight end. So you don't trade away all these picks for picks.
My dream.
You don't. You don't do it.
I know.
You don't. I love picks, but you don't do that. You don't do that. So I'm sorry, guys. If you all think that we just want a running quarterback, I don't. I want the best quarterback. And a running quarterback to me is Michael Vick in his early career. It's Randall Cunningham in his early career. It's Jackson over in Ball. That's a running quarterback. A quarterback who's mobile, who has athleticism, is Joe Montana. It's Steve Young. It's Garcia. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So let's be happy right now that we got Shanahan, that we have Shanahan. We have the West Coast offense where it started. We have it back, and now we have it modified. So the reality is, based on everything I've seen, when you start scouting, okay, for the draft, you're going to start doing that a whole year in advance. They've already been scouting these kids. Do you think it's a mistake? Do you think it's a mistake that Trevor Lawrence has been with the TV coach for 5 months, and now he's with Shanahan's TV coach a week and a half later?
Bob, good stuff. Bob, hey, Bob, you know what? Do you draft? I mean, you send me an email, will you? At rombosports@gmail.com. Right?
I will. Well,
right.
What am I sending you an email about?
I mean, are you doing a draft this year?
Well, yeah. I basically. When you say do a draft, are you saying am I going to a draft?
Have you got a mock draft, Bill?
No, I have been using PFF simulation tool for drafting, so I've done about 45 drafts.
We'll talk, and I'm looking for you and Coach, because we got a couple of. I'll tell you what. Email me. We'll discuss it. All right, because we got to go now.
Okay.
All
right, brother.
Meanwhile,
all right, Ronbo.
All right.
The smell of the pop is cooking.
Good night, Pop.
Oh yeah.
Is where we go here.
Dig it.
Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Santana, man.
How you feeling today?
Oh, man, it's great, man. It's a weekend. I'm always feeling good. As soon as I find out that I ain't got to get up too early, I'm delighted. You know, hey, well, Santana, here we go, man. You know, we're looking at, I've been blaming the 49ers. I was wrong, and Phil showed me tonight. Don't be blaming the 49ers for the madness Santana, when you go read up on the dailies, that ain't the 49ers talking. That's the media talking. So when we accuse Shanahan and these guys, unless they got quoted or you was watching a press conference, stop blaming things being said on the 49ers. I'm going to try not to do that anymore. Quote who you got it from. If Chris Sims says this, if Matt Miyoko says this, if Shafter says this, use names who said this. Don't say the 49ers. I don't know about Smokescreen, just ain't no Smokescreen. That's the media narratives. They're running this everywhere. So I keep asking, what the hell are we putting up a smokescreen for at number 3? Well, that's the 49ers said. 49ers asking the same question. Yeah, why the hell are we putting up a smokescreen? We ain't putting up a smokescreen. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do, you know? So if Mac Jones is still in the picture.
It's hilarious, Ronbo.
It is. You know, so Mac Jones is still in the picture. It's because media and fans, but Santana, the media and fans are also putting Justin Fields in as the pick of the litter and Trey Lance. That's us and the media. We don't give reasons why the 49ers are going to do anything, if you can. It's tough.
Yeah, no. It's just the media, man. They don't, man. You know, Mel Kiper and all these guys talking about Mac Jones going 3.
and they feel strong about it still. It's hilarious to me. It's like, I don't even know how they still have a job at ESPN talking these nonsense and stuff like that.
That's why they have a job,
and you know
because
what,
they get
Rumble,
people to click. Yeah.
You know what? This is a great opportunity for guys that have YouTube content that do sports and stuff like that. Because if they speak facts, man, they just make these guys look in the ESPN like clowns. And you know, and honestly, I watch more YouTube now than ESPN and stuff like that, because I feel like these guys on YouTube make better sense than the ones on ESPN and stuff like that. So, you know, but look, Ronbo, I was looking something up, man. You know, I went back and listened to that press conference they gave out, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, and they said they moved up to 3, and they also said they felt comfortable with 3 quarterbacks that would be probably sitting there, right? And what are those 3 quarterbacks that we know that work with that guy, John Beck, the QB coach, Zach Wilson, Fields,
all 3 of them, actually,
and Trey Lance.
Yeah,
all 3 of them. And I believe all 3 of them are the guys they're looking at, and one of those guys are going to be a quarterback, you know. And so that's why I feel like Mac Jones is not in the picture, and I strongly believe that he's not going to be a 49er, right? He also said, and he also said that he if they asked him something about a quarterback, right? He says that you don't have a quarterback fit your system, you adjust to the player. You know what I'm saying? And they asked Kyle Juszczyk the same question, if Kyle Shanahan prefers certain players, and he said no, that he adjusts to the player. And so, and so that's why I don't, you know, like, I don't believe it'll be Mac Jones, you know. And another thing too, Ronbo, there's this guy, I don't know if you watched this interview with Huberman and Middlecoff with Joe Klatt. He's a college commentator. You know, he quoted out saying, like, you know, they asked him about Justin Fields and why he may be falling off and stuff like that, and he pretty much was lost with words. He doesn't understand why Justin Fields is falling off.
Yeah,
and he said that
he's still getting a little bit of negativity on him. You're right, and not only that broadcast you were listening to, there's other people still throwing little digs at Fields, actually.
Yeah,
I saw that.
So he said Justin Fields for back-to-back season was a Power 5 leader in passing yards through the air. Over 70 of his yards and production came through the air. You know, and he also said he is as accurate, intermediate, and down the field passer as anyone he has seen. You know what I'm saying?
And he's real smart too. That's the thing.
And he's real smart. And check this out.
Yeah.
And he said that. He said that if you can be, you know, you got to be smart to be that accurate down the field. You got to be able to read defense and stuff like that. He also said that there's a lot of things that get lost in the film, which means what he said was that when you're running, he said that if you're going to run intermediate or down the field read route, you're going to have to hold the ball. And so a lot of people say that Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long,
stares
you know,
down
stuff like that.
Yeah. That's the reason why.
Just stares down.
System.
That's not true.
Yeah,
it's
the offense.
And that's
I don't know
not
why.
true. You see what I'm
Ohio
saying?
State,
And then,
that is the strangest offense ever. But yeah, I think everybody understands that now, though.
You know, and so that's what he said. You know, and he also mentioned that you really think that anyone that has a one read guy is going to lead the Power 5 back-to-back seasons passing, you know, through the air. It's completely crazy and nonsense. And they asked him about Mac Fields, but he said he didn't want he didn't really get into Mac Fields, but he said he doesn't want to talk bad about anyone or talk down on anyone. But he said that if the Niners get Justin Fields, they'd be lucky to get him at 3. If he falls, they'd be lucky to, you know. So that's what he said. He said, you know, like, pretty much saying that Justin Fields is the full package. And he also said that, you know. And I believe a guy that, you know, has seen college football and that's what he dedicates himself to, and he knows who Justin Fields is and all that. And he really believes that if Justin Fields falls to the 49ers, that the 49ers are lucky for him to even fall that far. Yeah. So, I mean,
it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, most of us assume. I've said it's got to be Fields, but then you hear the conversation, you wonder. You know?
No doubt.
So, all right.
It's Fields, no doubt, Ronbo.
I think having too much Fields fun.
Yeah. All right, man. You have a good one, man. But yeah. All right, man. See you.
All right, man. All right.
Later.
We go to 202 in D.C., which is about to become a real state. 202.
Yo.
And who is this?
What's up, man? It's D.
Your name is D? So it'll be easy to remember your name. DCD. D.
Yeah.
Come on in,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Yeah, man. We're in here.
First time calling.
Hey, appreciate you, fam. So like tonight, as you know, if you've been listening, we're trying to figure out why there'd be a smoke screen in number 3. And then again, it's already been debunked early in this program. There's no smoke screen. You don't see no smoke coming up over the building in Santa Clara. Ask the media running that smoke screen, and you have to call it something else when the media's running it. Hey, D, that night during the draft, we can call what the media was doing a damn lie the whole time. Maybe. But if Kyle ups and picks Mac Jones, then the media knew exactly what they was doing. And does that mean, D, in the future, will we have to trust the media? No. I'm going to answer that right now. But D, what are you thinking, man? What's going on with the 3 pick as far as that goes? And by the way, I'm not asking anybody tonight, D. Mike Silver thinks the 49ers are poised to be contenders for the NFC title. I got all that. Go ahead.
Absolutely, man. I think most of that stuff as far as smoke screen and stuff, that stuff to me comes from the actual media. You know what I'm saying? We don't leak over there, man. The one thing I can say about that team that they have in there now, they don't really leak. You don't have no idea what the hell they got going on up in there. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm a huge Niner. To me, if Kyle say he the guy, he the guy. So therefore, whoever he picks, I'm with. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about this. A lot of people try to say, well, he took C.J. Beathard. That was a shot in the dark in the 3rd and the 4th round. We're talking about a first-round quarterback here.
Yes.
So
his first year.
This is something. Yeah. This is something totally different. So whoever Kyle say the guy is, I'm rolling with Kyle. The only mistake that I think, not this regime, but Kyle made, when Kyle came in the door, he knew that Kirk was not staying with Washington football team. He knew that. He knew that he was going to be able to get him. And Kyle believes wholeheartedly that he could have won a Super Bowl with Kirk. Me personally, I believe he could have won a Super Bowl with Kirk too, because one thing about Kirk is he never gets hurt. He's always playing. So if Kyle would have got his hands on him, the same thing with Jimmy. If Jimmy would have been not injured the whole time he's been there, I believe we would have a Lombardi.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. But his injuries set that back. Now, Jimmy fell in his lap. So Kyle's first mistake was he knew he was going to be able to get Kirk. He was waiting on Kirk. That's why he skipped on Deshaun. That's why he skipped on Patrick Mahomes and those quarterbacks who people didn't know for sure they was going to be that great at that time. He skipped on them guys because he had his guy in mind, and he knew that he wasn't staying in Washington. That was a mistake, I believe. Now, Jimmy falls in, Jimmy balls out, and then Kirk goes somewhere else. He's not going to make that same mistake again. He's getting up so he can get one of these quarterbacks so he can open the Super Bowl window back up. That's all. If Jimmy gets hurt or if Jimmy fails next year or whatever, he has a guy that's a first-round draft pick that he know he can have ready to roll. So, in a nutshell, also, with that dude being on our team, the new quarterback I'm talking about, whoever he's going to draft, that clears up. If they let Jimmy go next year, that clears up all of the money that we need in order to pay everybody else that we got on these one-year contracts come next year. So the whole team doesn't disperse. That's what Kyle's doing. He's opening his Super Bowl window up wider. And I'm totally with the move, man. So whatever the media saying, Ronbo, I don't.
It's like you got to use your own good sense, and that's how you keep a champion rolling. You got to refresh. Because a lot of the Super Bowls that are won are usually won with a quarterback that's on a rookie contract, and now
absolutely
that's where the 49ers are going with this. So yeah,
absolutely, man, and it allows you to put the best team you can put around them. Everybody who who won, and then the quarterback wants all of this money. They all end up in the same place, just like the Ravens. Got to reboot it and do it all over again, which they found their way back now. But look how long it took after Joe Flacco took all the money.
And you look at Belichick was trying to get rid of Brady. We got Jimmy G in 2017. How many years is that? Belichick was trying to get rid of Brady that year.
Absolutely. He was trying to move on and get the young guy going. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and that's the way you do it. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So that's why I figured we'll get an outstanding year from Jimmy just for that reason, because he knows how the game is played, and he knew this was probably going to happen at the same time. So he goes out, he auditions, he's got pressure. And you know how anybody feels when somebody throws somebody like that. He's going to feel like, oh, they go, all right, bring him in here. I'm going to whoop his butt, okay? And see, that's what I like. You got to have that kind of fire built under the right players. So,
right, and also Kyle knows Jimmy's attitude and what makes Jimmy tick.
Yep.
He told you a couple of weeks ago, I want him mad.
Yep.
Ain't that what he said? I want him mad.
He
Kyle
does his best work.
That he does his best work. Every time he throws a pick six
Yep.
or something like that in the first quarter or something, look how Jimmy fight back. Kyle, no, I want him mad because he's going to give me his best football when he ain't.
Yep. His percentages are outrageous on completion percentage after a pick. So when Jimmy messes up, look out. When he comes back out there, he ain't going to miss nothing. So that's the amazing thing about him.
Absolutely.
But, we're going to sing. D, great to meet you. We'll be back Sunday looking for you.
Okay, cool, Ronbo. I'll talk to you then.
All right, fam.
All
right.
All right. Later.
And do we get another... This is why we should keep this chat up all the time. I don't know why we do this. All right. Hey, and John says, if Mac Jones is so good and the Jets run the same offense as 49ers, why is Mac Jones, and so why is the media pushing Jones to the 49ers, Fields, Lance? And, why aren't people trying to dispute the Jets who they're taking at number 2? I still can't get over that. If Fields is the guy, then why don't the Jets want him? It's Denise, the TNT lady.
Ronbo, how's it going? Oh, my God, do I need to get a lot of shit off my chest tonight?
Well, just go right ahead.
It's about to be on and cracking up in here. Okay, first of all, about the whole it's not a race thing, bullshit. It is a race thing. And this is coming from a white girl. It is about race because you can bet your ass if Justin Fields and Trey Lance had a DUI that the NFL Network would have that shit plastered all over the place. So don't tell me it's not about race. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's like the media has been trying to tear Justin Fields down ever since this draft shit started. And by the way, Justin Fields does have a chip on his shoulder. You know why? Because he's been nothing but talked down about the whole draft process. Some jackass has him drafted at 24. Are you fucking kidding me? 24?
I've seen him a few times by some people. You're right. And, Skip Bayless went off on him last week, and I couldn't say, Skip, what are you talking about? So, he's still getting lots of shots taken at him.
And the next thing is, I'm sorry, for everybody out there who's like, oh, God, Trey Lance and Justin Fields aren't pocket passers. Okay, first of all, Justin Fields is the number 1 rated passer right now. He is ahead of Mac Jones. He can throw the ball better than Mac Jones from the pocket and outside the pocket. Those aren't me saying that. That's PFF grade. Those are facts. Those are the stats. So don't fucking tell me he can't play in the pocket. Like, I'm just, oh my God, I'm ready to be tied.
I can see that.
Oh my God, I'm losing it.
Remember the children. Okay.
So, I'm sorry. Yes, I need to watch my mouth. I'm sorry. When I get excited, F-bombs start flying out of my mouth. I apologize. Kids don't speak like Denise. She's a naughty girl. Yeah. So anyways, back to the other thing. Why do you not pick Mac Jones? Here's why you don't pick Mac Jones. He's got a DUI. He has the lowest ceiling of all of them. He is not athletic. His ceiling is Kirk Cousins.
And I'm sorry, did everybody want Kirk Cousins? I think the general consensus on that was hell no.
Yeah,
so
true.
please tell me why we're going to draft the next Kirk Cousins. Someone please explain it to me like I'm 3 because I don't effing get it. Trying to watch my mouth.
Thank you, Denise.
Having a hard time.
No, these are all legitimate questions. So
Justin Fields. Okay, Justin Fields. Is he smart? He scored a 130 on the Wonderlic test. He got scholarships from Harvard, Duke, Northwestern, and Vanderbilt. Last time I checked, those are pretty top-notch fucking colleges. Oh, sir, shit, there it goes again. Sorry about that.
You can do it, Denise.
Pretty top-notch colleges.
Yes.
Last time I checked, right? Hey, I know I didn't get offered any of those scholarships. Not saying I'm a rocket scientist because I'm not, by the way. But I'm just saying. And by the way, let's throw out another point. Ronbo, what is your absolute favorite argument, or let me say the most hated argument about Jimmy Garoppolo? What is the most thing that you hate when people say about Jimmy Garoppolo's 2019 statistics? What is it? You always say, oh, I get so tired of people telling me that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have anything to do with us winning.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo just stood in the pocket and looked pretty. You hate that, right?
Yeah, I do.
It's all about the talent. Well, someone please explain to me that Mac Jones didn't have the most elite talent around him his whole time playing there.
That's a great point, too.
So was it Mac Jones? Mac Jones that was phenomenal? Or was it the fact that Mac Jones had all effing day to stand in the pocket because his receivers, and let's not forget, his receiver won the Heisman. Not him, his receiver. So if Mac Jones is so fantastic.
He actually had 3 top-flight receivers. That's a good point, too.
And an awesome defense and an awesome offensive line. Like, we're talking about at least 10 players from Alabama. They're going to be drafted in the first round. I mean, come on. What are we talking about?
Wouldn't it be funny if all of those players got drafted, Mac didn't get drafted in the first round?
Exactly. And not only that, like, I'm sorry, but the other caller is right too. I'm sorry. Like, you do not give away all the capital that you gave away and walk away from the table with Macaroni Jones. You just don't do it. And you know that I love Kyle, but I swear to God, if Kyle picks Mac effing Jones on draft day, I am going to break something in my house.
I thought you was going to turn in.
Or I'm going to break somebody.
I thought you were going to throw all your Kyle Shannon T-shirts in the trash. There's another thing Shannon, or what's his name, did from that show. He threw his cowboy jerseys in the trash and filmed it.
That'll be me.
You would never
I'll
do
have
that.
a picture of Kyle Shanahan and I'll be lighting it on fire.
It's not going to happen, Denise. I can't really see it. We're going to see, but I can't imagine him doing that. Because I don't know. We're going to find out. I hope we're all braced for it,
and
though, just in case.
Everything I said is 100% facts, by the way, everybody.
It is, yeah. Denise always looks it up.
100% factual.
Well, Denise, I'm glad that you got that out. I mean, it was entertaining as well as it was enlightening. Let's see you Sunday, okay, Denise? Because we got to go.
All right, thank you, Ronbo. I really appreciate you listening to me. And kids, I apologize for cussing. Don't be like me, bad girl. Don't cuss. It's not a good habit. Much love, Ronbo. Thanks for listening to me.
Back at you. No problem. Looking forward to Sunday. Night, Denise.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yes, we're emotions run high when you talk about your ball club. That's just the way it works. And Twisted Eva, big shout out from Twisted Eva. He loves everything. Big flame for you, man. TC. God, we haven't talked to TC in forever.
Hey, Ronbo.
TC, how you doing, man? TC, it's a little,
man,
it's kind of loud behind you. Can you move to another room?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. How you been, Ronbo?
Hey, great. I've not talked to you in a long time, and lots happened since then. But, we're going through another off-season pre-draft time, like we always do, being confused and wondering what's going to happen. People arguing about what we go do, you know. Well, TC, where you on this? You know, because Mac Jones is making people crazy more than Justin Fields, more than Trey Lance, more than Zach Wilson, anybody else in the top 10 quarterbacks, than anybody else. Why? Because the media keeps 49ers getting ready to pick up Mac Jones. Y'all need to stop crying about all these other people. You get Mac Jones. That's the way it's going to be. And they ain't getting any information other than Chris Sims, which is a direct link to Kyle Shanahan. They're not getting any information from anybody but Chris Sims because everybody else is just guessing. TC, what do you think about this madness?
Man, listen, with the whole Mac Jones situation, that's why Kyle and John ain't even coming out. It ain't really a smoke screen, but they ain't coming out really like saying yes or no because they're trying to keep everybody thrown off of what they really doing. It's going to be 2 picks. Unless Wilson doesn't get picked, it's going to be Lawrence, Wilson, and it's between Fields or Lance, period. But the whole Mac Jones situation is a whole situation to keep everybody's heads discombobulated like it's been, and then when the pick goes in, it's going to be one of those guys, bro, guaranteed.
What would be?
We didn't trade.
What would be the point? I'm just thinking, what would be the point? Just the thing is, I know the 49ers aren't putting it out, but I mean, the media, you know what? I can't even ask that question anymore. There is no point. It's like you're saying, the 49ers don't care what the narrative spin is. They don't. They're going to do what they're going to do and ignoring everything that's going on. The noise is not going to affect what they do. So you're right.
Right. And honestly, you got to keep everything close to the vest. They're not going to come out and say, hey, we're going to pick Justin Fields or, hey, we're going to come pick Trey Lance. They're not going to come out and say that.
And they
but
could.
You can, if you're smart, follow. Yeah. If you're smart, just follow it. Yeah. We're not going to draft the guy Listen, we're not going to draft that guy Mac Jones. That's Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0.
Well, here's the thing. You look at number 1 and number 2. Jacksonville's made no mystery, no mistake. We're taking Lawrence. Number 2, we're taking Wilson. Then you get to number 3, and media is all saying the draft doesn't get started till the 3rd pick of the draft. So, you know, it's pretty funny because they already committed. And if you want the media to leave you alone, that, TC, is the best way to get them off you. Yeah, we're taking blah, blah. And then they'll go to number 4 and leave you alone. It's the way it works.
You don't want
1 and 2 were smart.
Right. You don't want everybody. Listen, you don't want everybody in your business, Ronbo. Listen, we playing it smart, man. And listen, I like what they're doing, but I swear I like what they're doing, and I guarantee you, man, everybody's gonna be happy with this pick. Kyle is not crazy. I'm telling you that right now. He's not crazy. He's already been down that road, and he's not going down that road again, Ronbo. I promise you that. I promise you.
All right.
He knows what's going on. He's smart. He's intelligent. He knows what's going on, and John does too. They see what's going on. And when they stumbled and got the number 3 pick, they said, this is it. This is it. So they pulled the trigger, in my opinion.
Is it Lance or Fields?
To me, I like both of them, but at the same time, it's like 1A, 1B, but I go Justin Fields 1 and Lance. I wouldn't be mad at either pick. Period. But if Kyle goes in there and picks McCorkle, Mac Jones, I guarantee you,
it's gonna
as quick as he picked Mac Jones, as quick as he picked Mac Jones, he'd be on the hot seat. Him and Mac Jones, I promise you. No, I'm serious, Ronbo. If he messes up this first round pick with Mac Jones instead of Fields or Lance, or unless Wilson drops to us, I guarantee you. I promise you.
But remember, you know, first-round quarterbacks, you know, for the most part, what's the last first-round quarterback? Mahomes and Watson were drafted way down at the base of the first round. Well, they traded up to get Mahomes. But, you know, first-round quarterbacks are they're really a risk. They look great, you know, and then when they get to the pros, something goes wrong. But we're going to see. Maybe this time the 49ers get it right. They get the right guy. Because you look at Carson Wentz, Jameis Winston, Mariota, Jared Goff, none of these guys are on their original team that drafted him, right? So, the longevity is a scary thing, and the things that take place. Big Show pointed out about 3 years ago, he says, getting a wide receiver in the first round is not going to work. Every last one of them bombs or gets hurt or something bad happens. Well, the same almost applies to quarterbacks. They do well. You know what? You look at Wentz, he was solid. You look at Goff, he was actually not bad. You look at Jameis Winston, and I don't know what was the problem there. He should have done better, right? It's just a weird thing.
Right.
Mariota, I'm not sure what happened there either. Sometimes these guys get fallen with the wrong coaches or something. You look at Trubisky, another fail. So we got to hope and pray that this 1 year is an exception to that rule.
Right, because it's all about who you fall to. And I'm telling you, when you fall into some grooves like that, man, with Kyle Shanahan and the regime that they got going on, brother, I promise you, man, them two dudes are going to be all right. I'm telling you, they got upside. And these guys were built different. I'm telling you, with Fields and Lance, Ronbo, they're built different. Everybody wants to talk about their run. Yeah, they run second, but they pass first. These guys are like, yes, they're pocket pals. These guys are. We're not talking about a guy that's want to run all day, all long. We're talking about. Well, I mean, Lance, he really doesn't have faith, but as far as
it actually has quarterback skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam. DC, we ran out. Let's see you Sunday. All right. Good to hear from you again too.
I'll see you. For sure, brother. Stay safe, man.
All right, fam. You too. There he is. TC, the top cat. Salem.
Hey.
Salem.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Salem, man. We're sitting here trying to figure out at number 3. And somebody told me Grant Combs already bailing on all the quarterbacks and going for Kyle Pitts over on his channel. Here's the thing. The thing is, earlier I started this program by saying, all right, what's up with the smoke screen coming out of Santa Clara? My bad. And the smoke screen's coming out of Santa Clara. The smoke screen has been put, that narrative has been perpetuated by the media the whole time, and we have to keep that in mind. However, I just thought about something. I just said, okay, Jacksonville said, look, we're taking Lawrence. Leave us alone. And the Jets, in order so they could think and not have the media working them all the time, we're taking Zach Wilson. Y'all hear me? We're going to repeat this every day for the rest of the month so you don't start. So, they got rid of they got rid of Darnold just last week, and sure enough, it looks pretty obvious, right? But is it? Salem, what is going on at number 3?
Oh man, you already know it's Justin Fields all the way. But I'm just gonna say this, man. The media for sure is gonna say Mac Jones because that is the most controversial thing you can say.
Yeah.
If this is ridiculous. Like, it doesn't even make sense to pick Mac Jones. If you see even their pro days, I know people say it doesn't matter, but if you see their pro days, like look at how they throw. Mac Jones, that ball is struggling to get to the receivers. It is struggling. And when you see Justin Fields throw, man, those balls are on fire, man. And you can see Shanahan even in those pictures, man. He's a Fields guy all the way, man. They just want the controversy. That's all it is.
It's working.
It is.
Everybody. All these writers are getting in on the act too. This is what's really frightening, Salem, give me your evaluation, your honest evaluation though of Mac Jones. Though you just mentioned he has struggle, his ball has no juice. Anything else do you see wrong with him?
No, I don't see nothing wrong with him. Nothing like that, except for his DUI. That's a huge red flag. Huge red flag.
Because if he likes the beverage, maybe he might go back to it at some point. And the NFL's a lot of stress.
Man. Exactly.
You may need a drink.
I see him with the
after every
picture with
game.
the cigars. It's almost like it's almost Johnny Manziel 2.0.
Wait,
ridiculous
you seen him with
pick.
a cigar? What? He smokes cigars?
Yeah, he had I think it was after the championship game. Yeah, he had his little. Look at it like this. Mac Jones ain't even the best player on the offense of his own team. He's probably the 3rd best player, 4th best player. You know what I mean? It's just, and these people comparing him to Tom Brady. Stop.
Yeah.
Just please. This is come on.
Well, you
Come
look at
on,
Tom Brady.
Tom.
I mean, when Brady first came into playing football, I mean, he looked terrible in college. Brady is a freak phenomenon. You know what? There's never going to be another Brady. He did what he did. Nobody's ever going to win that many Super Bowls.
Nope.
You know, it's insane. These are the things that people will never be able to explain. 100 years from now, people are going to be talking about Tom Brady and why.
It's Tom Brady is huge. The guy's like Mac Jones is Tua size. You know what I mean? He's nothing like Tom Brady. Nothing like Tom Brady. Please stop all that.
I thought he was
also
six.
another.
Go
ahead.
Isn't Jones? Isn't he 6'3", 6'4"?
No, I think he's Tua size. I think I heard on another.
How big is Tua?
On another. Yeah. I think they had a picture together, and they're the same size, damn near. And I heard this on another podcast too. I think it was the Haberman and Middlecoff. And Middlecoff says, "Who do you think? Everybody else in the NFC West, who do you think they want the Niners to pick at quarterback? Who are they hoping they pick?"
I saw that. Mac.
It's Mac Jones. It's Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying? It's Mac Jones. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. And Kyle, but I'll say this though. I'll say this. Regardless, any quarterback that it is, it's gonna be a good quarterback because Kyle's gonna make him like. Kyle's offense is quarterback friendly at the end of the day. You know what I mean? A lot of first round quarterbacks, they don't succeed just because, it's the worst teams picking them on their team. You know what I mean? And they don't have a chance to succeed. But you look at the Niners and what their offense is and what the pieces they have in place, it's going to be a dream for anybody to get there. I don't even know if he's going to fall past the Jets. I honestly don't know if he's going to fall past the Jets.
This is what I'm talking about. I mean, is Zach, in your mind, and if you would make a judgment call between Zach Wilson and Justin Fields, who do you like the best?
Justin Fields. It's not even close.
This is the thing I don't understand about what the Jets are doing. Why'd they make that announcement? And are they serious?
But they're not.
They didn't.
I don't think they made that announcement. Ronbo, I don't think they said they were going to go with
they did. The media.
Zach Wilson.
The media said they were out with Zach buying houses or looking around at real estate and carrying on in the New York area as if they were. It's already made up. It's a done deal. We're taking your son, Zach. Why would anybody lie to somebody's mama? That's just wrong.
Kyle Shanahan's trap worked then. That's what I'm gonna say about it, man. I think Kyle Shanahan, man, he checkmated the whole league. He went in there right behind 3. You know what I mean? He put the tough decision on the Jets. You know what I'm saying? And he's just, you look him at the little press conference thing. He's just sitting back chilling.
They all look.
You know what I mean? He already knows. He already knows. He already knows what's gonna happen. He already knows. And for the caller earlier that said that. Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback. When's the last time a mobile quarterback won? He's not a mobile quarterback. Look at Russell Wilson. Look at Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, wait a minute. You know what? That answers the question. First we said it was Steve Young. It was Wilson. He did win that one Super Bowl. All right.
Wilson, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes, he's not really. Mahomes is actually a pocket passer that'll run if he has to. So I consider him a pocket passer.
So is Fields, though. So is Fields. Right?
I
don't know.
I hope so, because I think we're going to get him. Sailor, we got to go. We're running out of time, and production is making me crazy over here, so we got to go.
Hey, I appreciate it. All right.
See you Sunday.
Bang, bang.
Thanks, man. All right. And hey, come on in, Shay. By the way, I'm just looking. Okay, so Mac is 6'3", and 214. Tua, I don't know. How tall is Tua?
Tua's like 6 foot, Ronbo.
He's only 6?
Tua's like 6 foot flat. Yeah, he's 6 foot flat.
Okay. Anyway, Shay, come on in, man, and talk about this smoke screen, because ain't no smoke screen, but in the imaginations of the media,
Right.
And also the fact that we have been picked by Mike Silver. I keep forgetting to ask you about that. Are we going to win the NFC?
Yeah, I think so, Ronbo. I mean, whoever the quarterback is, either with Jimmy
again, I think the 49ers just got to get healthy. So
And
I
stay
think
that
that's
way.
and stay that way. And then just hit on the draft. You know what I mean? Just get some good picks, some good players that can come in and contribute right away. And I think we'll be in a good position. But I just want to say shout out to my girl Denise, man. She came in on fire and she said what she had to say.
Yeah.
And she said it loud enough for the people in the back. So
I haven't heard that
proud
in a
of that. Right. And and she says the same sentiments as I, because at the end of the day, listen, Ronbo, if you're a Rams, Seahawk, or a Cardinals fan, who do you want the 49ers to draft?
Absolutely. And from what we can see, of
out
course,
of the
Mac
three
Jones.
quarterbacks.
Or who is it? Who else
Exactly.
is in the draft that would be meat?
Well,
You know,
Kyle
but
Trask. Kyle Trask could be me. And again, with this whole narrative about Mac Jones. Well, I just got a question. Like, Kyle Trask did the same thing, if not more, than Mac Jones this season. He had more touchdowns. He literally had damn near the same numbers. The only difference is, he lost to him, but he still put up 55 on Alabama. But how has Mac Jones be able to crack top 3? But Kyle Trask ain't even mentioned in the first round. They're talking about he's like gonna be a mid-round, second-round pick. But they both literally accomplish the same thing. They have the same style. Mac Jones has no arm. I don't know what people are like. He literally has an average to a subpar arm, same as Kyle Trask. There's no elite. He has literally no elite traits besides processing. Hey, he could process fast. Nice. That's great. But guess what? All the the top 6 QBs in the NFL, Ronbo, have traits that you can't teach. They have uncoachable traits. You can't give Aaron Rodgers the type of arm, the Josh Allen, Mahomes, these type of arms. You can't coach that. When you come in the league, whatever the arm shake you got is the arm shake you're gonna have for the rest of your career, right?
True. Yeah.
So come on,
for
man.
your life.
Russell Wilson, the mobility. Like, come on, you can't teach that. You cannot teach that. So at the end of the day, I don't understand. Well, the highest you got was a prototypical Mac Jones type. Tom Brady. Well, how are you comparing him to the only outlier in the entire league? The man's the greatest I ever played. He got 6 Super Bowl rings. 6 Super Bowl rings.
I think you almost lost count, huh? Because when Tom gets 7, I'm done talking about him. Good God.
Oh yeah. By far. But I was like 6 or 7. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're comparing him to the only outlier, the only greatest guy to ever do it. How often does that happen? I could tell you that there's more Matt Schaubs and A.J. McCarrons in the league than not, right? Like, come on, man. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, Mac Jones is a good processor. Mac Jones would have been fine at 12. But you move up for 3 for a transcendent talent. And like I said, the top 6, 7 guys in the NFL right now all have transcendent traits that you can't coach. You can't coach the arm talent that these guys have. You can't coach the mobility that these guys have. Like, come on, man. The proof is in the pudding. You go and get a guy that's transcendent. At 3, Justin Fields or Trey Lance are transcendent guys. And the previous caller said it best. Mac Jones wasn't even if you look at Ohio State, you'd automatically say, Justin Fields by far is the best player on that team. You go to Alabama, damn, you got Najee Harris. Oh, well, you don't forget the Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah. Well, Jalen Waddle looks like he's top 15.
Yeah, then you got Jason.
Devontae Smith looks like he's top 10. Come on, bro.
Even that third, who's the third option kid? He's got an interesting name.
He got like a weird last name. Yeah. He was hot too.
He got it done.
Who's
the tight end at Bama?
A lot of people talk about. I forgot his name. He was good too. I mean, they have. Listen, I'm not. Obviously, you people are like, well, you can't knock the talent. Okay, that's fine. Mac Jones played with talent. That's great. He had the Heisman Trophy winner. But at the end of the day, you could literally see. Can you tell me that Mac Jones has top 5 arm talent in this draft class? No, you can't. You could name 5 guys who have a stronger arm than Mac Jones. It's that simple. And people are like, Kyle's scheme doesn't really. You don't really need arm talent. Well, why are the top 6, 7 QBs in the league all have it? Yeah. That's something you can't coach because that obviously helps you, right? When a play breaks down, the ability to extend. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
And you
like,
know,
it's
Shay.
Not even, it's not
oh, by the way, Shay, Brady does have 7 rings. My God.
Anyway, yeah, 7 rings. Yeah.
Shay, here's the thing. You know, in Shanahan's system, and anyway, we've already heard about the aptitude of both Lance and Fields. So that should not be a boon. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Exactly.
Honestly, I still think it's going to be between Fields and Lance myself.
I
but I just
too.
don't know which one. You know how the flavor of the week last week, of course, was Justin. And if Lance goes in and shows out,
Right.
people seem to put a lot of
yeah,
stock
I have no doubt.
in the pro day.
I have
So,
no doubt.
yeah,
Like I
get
said,
ready for
Rumble,
that.
I'm fine with either those two, Fields or Lance. I think they'll both be great quarterbacks under Kyle. Like I said, I just want Kyle to give himself the best opportunity, and I think it's with either one of those quarterbacks. Like, listen, yes, I think Mac Jones will be a good pro in the league. There's no doubt about that. But again, he just doesn't have the transcendent talent that you talk about. And when you literally list 6 of the top QBs in this league, they either have a good mobility trait, they got somewhat of an arm, they got, actually, the majority of them have the strongest arm. Well, Russell Wilson's arm is good, but, Mahomes has an elite arm. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen has an elite arm.
You know what, Shay, though? Wilson's accuracy is
that's
second
what I'm
to
saying.
nobody
But
when
his
it goes
arm
deep.
His arm is pretty strong, though. Wilson has a good deep ball, too, Ronbo.
I remember I used to have arguments with people.
I would say he got an arm, too.
Yeah, he does. I used to have arguments with people about Cap versus Wilson back in the day. I said, wait a minute, man. Russell's got Cap's arm.
Howitzer cannon.
Yeah, so I'm glad we agree on that. Because I got tired of arguing with people. We got to go, Shay. Let me see you
All
Sunday.
right, Ronbo.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my TNT guys, Ronbo. And we'll see you later, Ronbo.
Hey, looking
Hopefully
forward,
Sunday.
Shay. Have a great night, man.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right. Emilio.
Yeah, you like doing that to me, don't you?
I do. I got. It's like a tune now. Hey.
Well, not that. Not that. I'm talking about you like putting me behind people that already got a whole bunch of information. I said, God, he done done that to me twice. I said, shit, now I got to come up with something good. I said, man, I wasn't ready for that.
Emilio, all you got to do is jump on the mistake that a lot of us make, thinking what you hear and read in the media, not necessarily coming from John or Kyle or anybody else sitting up in the offices at Santa Clara 49er Way. And I make that mistake a lot. So that's why I said tonight, what is up with the 49ers and these smoke screens? Man, hey, number one, the 49ers ain't sending no smoke screens, man. Phil brought that up early in this program tonight. Said, damn, that's right. What the hell was I thinking? That's speculation. That ain't got nothing to do with what the 49ers have plans on doing. They're not trying to fool anybody. So, yeah. But I do say, if you tell people what you're going to do, it'll get them off you. That's why I said, Jacksonville said we're taking the trade. Go ahead.
It does. But no, I was listening to Matt Mayoko's podcast. I think he was talking to Adam Scheffner this week, or earlier this week. I think this was, I can't remember. And he had said, he brought up Sims. He said, no, they're big, Kyle and him are big best friends. And he said he wrote a report on them, too, when they were back in college. During when Denver days. He was like, no, they're good friends. But he was at that whole thing where he thinks who Kyle's going to pick up. He doesn't know. He just does that to throw people off because they're good friends. So you got to listen to it. He tells you what happens even when he does it. He said, I don't even watch highlights. I get my information from other people, from other coaches and whatnot. I don't have time to really study tape and tell you, I'm going to take this guy or I choose this guy. So
that
that's what a lot of guys see.
Yeah.
So no. So now he was it's just they just make their own opinion so people can talk about it like we do. Arguing here. No, we want this guy. No, we want that guy.
Yeah. That's their job.
That's
what they were trying to do.
It just gets you to talk. It gets people to talk. People to, Yeah,
and people grab onto the rumors they like the best. Whatever narrative comes up, you'll go by all the truth. There could be 29 truths in there, Emilio, and that one lie will be the one you hold on to the tightest, or the one thing.
Well, put it like if I say it's always people you say it's 2 sides to a story. I say no, it's 3. It's your side, my side, and then the truth. So it's just people always truth. Always got their own story.
Yeah.
So it's just, as much as I believe it.
You can trust your own judgments probably 75% of the time, Emilio. If the quarterback that you see out there looks the best, he probably is, because it's probably clear. It's not something you have to keep going back and forth about. You get Justin Fields. We haven't seen a lot of Trey Lance because he hadn't played a lot, last year or so. And you look at Zach Wilson, and you can see the guy that's probably the purest talent out of all 3 is Justin Fields.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it's just, God, I lost my thought. I didn't forget my thought.
Well, the point is, like, what we're talking about is we're trying to make a comparison between these guys and what to believe and what not to believe. So that's what you probably did. We're going down that area.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, it's just like I just said, it's just everybody thinks, oh, I like this guy. Just because we've seen what Shanahan likes and what he's done with Kirk Cousins, and then what he can do with RG3. It's just so it's just that's what it is. It's just, he would prefer this guy, and he prefer even Shanahan. That, like we heard it before, we said a bunch of times here. Oh, he likes Elway. He doesn't like Kirk Cousins. It was just the quarterback that he preferred that he was going to pick up, and he ended up with Jimmy.
And they were trying to get Tom, in the first place.
Yeah. They suppose they didn't want to do that to Jimmy because the whole Super Bowl thing. So.
No, I mean the original call when he called Belichick in the beginning when Tom and Jimmy were there. Yeah, is Tom available?
No. What happened? No, I guess. Well, yeah, that. But he called. Well, the original thing was, I want Jimmy. You want him? He said, oh, can we take Tom? No, you can't. So that's what that
was. Belichick. I want Belichick to laugh. Come on, John. Let's
I bet he did.
To do.
He's no, that's not going to happen. No. At that point.
But Emilio, you look at, are we going too far with how bad Mac Jones is? Or is it just a comparison between, the other Fields and Lance and Wilson, and you don't put you don't put Mac Jones in that group? Is that what it is? Because I think we go too far talking about how bad Mac Jones is. I don't know if he's as bad as people are saying.
No, I mean, you got to think about it. If you really want to compare him with anybody, it honestly would be Jimmy. Because what does Jimmy do? Dump the ball off, and the receiver does most of the work. I mean, you think about it. Even Joe did it at times. He just dumped the ball off and let Jerry do the work. I mean, that's what we have now. We have that in Jimmy. I was like, you really all you're saying at that point, I just want the younger body and fresher body. That's all you're doing. You forget Mac Jones. It's just a younger guy. But like I said, even
before we run out of time, I want to run this by you though too. How many, with the way Kyle Shanahan's offense is designed, if you do it right, how many emergency situations do you normally have during the course of a game where the quarterback does need to get on his horse? You know what I mean? Because we look at something like if that play breaks down, that quarterback can get away. I say, you know what? What that quarterback needs to do is follow direction first. If he can do that, he shouldn't be in a lot of trouble. That is my only question about all this.
I mean, it'd be surprising. If, let's say your line is getting beat, maybe every other play, you're going to be in trouble. But if your line's playing, playing at a pro level, you're not going to have to worry about it. So that was the other thing. We didn't see that in Mac. Nobody saw it in Mac Jones. So it's just like, can he really get away when he needs to?
Because the thing is, we scored a lot of points every week in 2019, with except in about 2 games. So that's why I think, I don't know if it's such an emergency situation that quarterback be able to run like that. But we're going to see. Kyle might want that, though. It's about improvising on your own, too. So
it's just when you look at Russell and you look at Mahomes, they do it when they have to, like in emergency. What they're doing is trying to extend the play. So I think that's what we need them. We actually do. We don't want a guy that just runs. Because we already had that. We had that. We had that in Kaepernick.
And that's off schedule. Really, we out of time though. Let's see you Sunday. All right.
All right.
All right, fam.
I'll talk to you. Have a good night.
You too. That'll be you. And it's Tony out of the Atlanta Man. Tony.
Ronbo, how are you today?
Doing great, Tony, man. I tell you, I'm glad you called because I always love talking about things that are going on around the league, man. You look at Aaron Donald. Tony, I thought you're lucky you're not in the NFC. You don't have to deal with Aaron Donald, NFC West. Aaron, I saw that film today. Did you see that clip of Aaron Donald? It doesn't look like he was the aggressor in that altercation. In fact, Aaron looked like he was trying to alleviate the situation, which he shouldn't have did. Stay the hell up out the way. You're Aaron Donald. Walk away. But he got involved in a fight and tried to break it up, I think. And now they got him up on charges. But that film says he wasn't the guy. So looks like he might be able to beat that. Did you see that clip?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I saw the guy, black eye. It was closed, but I hope he didn't do nothing to antagonize him. You know how people try to bait you in a fight?
Oh, yeah. He should have kept walking by. There was some altercation going on, and he went over there and helped out. Don't help out. You're Aaron Donald. If you got your boys with you, they can help out, bodyguards or whatever. But you stay back out the way. And so Donald's getting mad now, saying, I just want to go to the gym in peace, man, without people asking me about that. Aaron's got a quick temper anyway,
Don't get caught up, man. Don't get caught up. Hey, Ronbo, I saw some cuts going on now. The Raiders cut Maurice Hurst. He had some heart issues coming out of college. The defensive tackle. But Sheldon Richardson got cut, man. I would love to have him in Atlanta.
What? Really?
Yeah, Cleveland just cut him tonight.
Wow. I wonder
why they $11 million on the cap.
Money. Because Richardson can still play.
Yeah. I would love to have him next to Grady Jarrett, but we don't have much money. He'd have to take a cheap price, man.
And he could have took that in Cleveland, right? So, and Cleveland probably offered him. Doesn't Cleveland have another player that refused? A tight end around the league said he would. Oh, that was the Vikings. The Vikings had a tight end, a top tight end. Yeah. Hey, where did Kyle go? He ended up going to a team and adding more stack to it.
The New York Giants.
Was it Giants?
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
He's with the Giants with that other kid they drafted out of Alabama. Can't think of that kid's name.
Dang. Can't think. I know what you mean. Also, what if this year, and I keep talk about a guy that has bad luck getting hurt. What if what if he comes back this year?
Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley.
Oh, I saw him working out. I saw him rehabbing.
And
I saw Odell rehabbing, and I saw Bosa. Bosa's pulling his sled now, running.
Bosa's
Your Bosa.
Them Bosa people, them Bosa dudes, man, they're not real, man. Bosa was doing that weeks ago, and that's why everybody's saying, is Bosa going to come back 100%? It's tough coming back from ACL, man. If we just get 75% of Bosa, we'll be fine. Shoot, I got a feeling we're going to get like at least 90% Bosa.
Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back. I heard some rumblings, some rumors that you guys you're going to wait till after the draft. But I don't know. This might be smoke. But you were thinking about signing the defensive ends that played opposite Joey's brother at the L.A. Chargers. What's his name?
Oh, that's Chandler.
Melvin Ingram.
Ingram, yes. Wait, where did you hear that?
I heard you guys might be looking at him.
I saw that yesterday. I saw Ingram was going to be available, but I didn't know the 49ers. I should have known. If there's talent out there coming off the edge, John Lynch loves him some defense. The first thing I said Ingram. How much is Ingram going to cost, though? That's what I want to know.
Because these free agents, what's a ton of free agents that's available.
Talented.
Now because all the free agents that are available now, they're not going to get much money. All the free agents that were signed, those are the ones that got the money.
Mm-hmm.
And
the ones that are too expensive weren't signed for that reason. They're good players.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody got no money.
Exactly. But I would love to have Ryan Kerrigan in Atlanta, boy. I told you about him weeks ago. Oh, yeah.
I tell you.
You still talking about your first round pick?
Yeah, Mac Jones is making everybody crazy. The media's got 49er fans scared to death.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
It's hilarious. I ain't even tripping because I'm thinking, go ahead.
Hey, Ronbo, I heard on Wednesday after I got off the line, you talked to, is it Trevon? Trev?
Is it Trev? Yeah. Trez is one from Atlanta.
Oh, Ronbo, y'all had me cracking up. You and him was going at it.
Oh, Trey. That's Trey from VA.
Yeah.
Trey always, every other call from Trey, he's got to come in and take shots at my boy Jimmy. And he knows it's going to get me worked up. I don't know why he does that. But every now and then he comes in, he talks about some of the matter or some connecting matter, but not a direct shot at Jimmy. So, you know, I do defend Jimmy. I still think he gets way more flack than he deserves. So, yeah.
But there's some good ballers out there, man, in free agency. And Trey Lance's second pro day is Monday.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Everybody's going to be on the train. And look out. You know, Tony, people keep trying to give you a quarterback at number 4.
You know what? I can't see it. Matt Ryan with that $40.5 million. So I don't think that's going to happen.
What would be the point, right?
So I just hope we trade down, because I've been hearing about New England too, and I've been hearing Denver. We're talking to New England and Denver about possibly trading down.
See, and Belichick's coming after Mac or Lance. So, hey, fam.
And I heard you on Wednesday. You said, man, if we draft Mac, they're going to tear that facility down.
They are. It's going to be rough. People are angry before the draft even takes place, already getting mad before it happens. If they say Mac, you're going to hear all over the United Empire, oh, hell no. Get him. You know? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tony, I got to go. Let's see you Sunday. All right?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Night, Tony.
Take care.
You too. Yeah, I tell you, I'd be scared for Kyle and John, actually, if they picked up Mac Jones, man. I couldn't walk down the street, go to a restaurant. Hey, ain't you Kyle Shanahan? Listen, I got my family here. You want to talk? Let's go outside, you know? The dude's all pissed off. Hey, there he is. Let me bring him in. Niners for the ride.
Finally, the rod has come back to Ronbo Live.
Rod.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Rod, man, I quoted your tweet tonight earlier before I started the program. And, I'd be laughing, man, because, I wanted some creativity. If the 49ers at number 3, what are the possibilities? People don't want Mac Jones. They don't want him. They don't want him. They don't want him, Rod. And at the same time, we've hyped Justin Fields up and Trey Lance. They better not fail. You know what I'm saying? So when you said what you said in that tweet, I said, you know what? Just take a lot of pressure off everybody because I don't believe anybody go phase. Kyle Pitts say, damn everything else. I'm here to hurt somebody. Let's go. But Lance and Fields are under extreme pressure as soon as they put that 49er uniform on. So it's not way outrageous to anticipate the 49ers doing something crazy and drafting down. They get Pitts at 3. Or they get Pitts at 3. Well, they can't get 3. See, what I couldn't do is I couldn't figure out how do I get Pitts and still get a good quarterback in the first round. Rod, run it down.
Well, first of all, Ronbo, Rod says this. Rod was just throwing caution to the wind because a lot of times people like to pretend like they know how Kyle Shanahan thinks when they actually don't.
They don't.
Now, you and I, as long as we've been Niner fans, both know that Kyle has never, ever, ever showed his hand as far as he was going to pick. Okay? He never even threw a hint that he was going to take Nick Bosa. Remember, Trent Williams was one of the names that was under consideration.
Josh
Allen. I'm going to come back to that point later, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only thing that I was saying was this. Okay, I had 2 possible scenarios in case we did not go after either Fields or Lance. And the first one was, what if Kyle threw out there that he's going to upgrade the quarterback with that pick to, you know what I'm saying, as you guys say, create the smoke screen. And then to add insult to injury, he throws a spin to that rumor by saying Mac Jones. So now by this time, he got called all over the place. And I mean, the thing is that I'm thinking is this. Yeah, he probably does plan to upgrade the quarterback position. But just because y'all and just because the experts say that he traded all of those picks just to go after Mac Jones doesn't mean that he's going after a quarterback. What if he did that just to go up and get Kyle Pitts? Furthermore, Jimmy G came from New England. Remember when New England had that tight end combo? Gronkowski on one side, Hernandez on the other.
They were terribly tough.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Now, we have a second-round pick, too. Who's to say that Kyle doesn't already have a team in mind that he plans on using that second-round pick to trade back into the first round
and they
to
do it
get
every
his
year, Rod.
quarterback?
They've done it every year.
Right. And I'm going to tell you a name that we haven't been discussing much, and Grant Cohn, I'm going to give him credit for this one here. But one of those names could be Kellen Mond from Texas A&M. He's not a flashy guy, but when you check the boxes on his intangibles, he qualifies. It's a possibility. Now, as far as between Justin Fields and Trey Lance, I think Trey Lance would have been the better pick, like I said before, for just one reason only.
What's that?
Because I think Justin Fields, most of the Niner base, remembers Jimmy Garoppolo for his failed attempts to make the deep pass. See, Justin Fields can throw the deep ball. We all know this. We know he can throw the deep ball, but that's the question ain't can he throw the deep ball? The question is, what does he do when that first receiver isn't open, going through the progression? And see, one thing he showed you at Ohio State is that when it goes to going through his progression, when the first guy isn't open, he tends to run the football more. Now, that's not to say that he can't improve on that, but it's just, I'm saying.
Rod, I want to ask you one question there, though. Due to the offensive style, could that have been more to blame than Justin Fields' ability to go through progressions and make good decisions? Because that offense, that's a bad offense. That's why quarterbacks
and that's the
come
point
out
I'm
of there.
trying to make, Ronbo.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you can really, you can't blame Justin Fields for it, but you have to say Ohio State does not have a reputation for giving their quarterbacks the tools they need to translate to the next level. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let me just give you one example of how I know this. At one time they had a quarterback that was going to be the guy. Guess what they did? They traded him away to LSU. And what was his name? Joe Burrow.
Hey, Burrow was at Ohio?
Yeah, they had him.
Wow. How'd they let him get away?
And gave him away. And think about the names that have come from Ohio State in the last few years. And now, guys, I'm not saying just because those guys failed that Justin Fields is going to fail. I'm just saying
it's
as far as giving him the tools, giving him the tools that he needs to get to that next level. All I'm saying is I think Justin Fields will need maybe just a little more time to develop. I don't think he would come to San Francisco ready to start. But those quarterback names, J.T. Barrett, Braxton Hickston, Cordell Jones, hell, even Kurt Herbstreit. I'm just saying, those guys never make it to. And we had one. What was his name? Troy Smith.
And when he got to and the Haskins, was that it? When he got to Washington football team, they talked about him like he didn't have a lick of sense, that he couldn't grasp the plays. I said,
right.
Really?
Now, when Justin Fields was in Georgia, he was the backup to Jake Fromm.
I know.
They only gave him packages that were in the shotgun formation because he's struggling in the pro style formation. That right there is what concerns most people that are into the old school pocket style quarterback mentality.
And there's some analysts out there taking shots at him for that too. But Rod, we got to go though, fam. I tell you what, I wish we had more time. Rod, let me get back to you, man. Come Sunday, get back in there because we only get you like every 2 or 3 weeks now.
And can the Rod throw a shout out to just one more person before he goes?
Go right ahead.
This is a guy who's been calling the Rod out for a long time. The Rod's been listening to you. The Rod's been respectful. The Rod's been humble. The Rod hasn't said anything to tonight. And what's bad about it, Ronbo, is he's a part of the guys that I love. I love TNT, but you ain't TNT. I call you the Negro turd. Nah, not Quest for Six, Quest for Sex, because you ain't getting none. Tried to throw shade to the Rod because the Rod said we was going to take Henry Ruggs. Well, you said they was going to take C.D. Lamb. We was both wrong. He tried to get at me because I said Quinn Williams was the guy that I wanted. Well, guess what? I said Nick Bosa just had an injury problem. I didn't say that he was not good, but Quinn Williams hadn't missed no game. The Rod was right about the injury status report when it came to your boy Bosa.
Right.
So, I mean, stay in your lane, dude. We both 49ers fans. You A-Reeds like me. My birthday March 29th. Yours the day before mine. Look,
right.
we on
So
the same team, dog. We can agree to disagree.
Y'all got to get
Stop
back
trying
and
to
love
hurt the
each other.
Rod.
All right, Rod.
Hey, get off that. You're not in my lane, dude. You're not.
Rod,
Give me that shout out, Rod.
Let me give you the holler out. Okay. Niners for the Rod. Nice, Rod. Be easy, fam.
Appreciate you, Ronbo. We'll catch the next one.
Looking forward. See you
I'm talking to you, Quest for Sex.
That was heated. My God. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis, man, it's like we started out blaming the 49ers for something the media's been orchestrating the whole time. It sort of changed the complexion of this program. But Rod, I'm my biggest thing now is we have made Mac Jones the dude wearing black, the bad guy. And Rod, have we gone too far with how bad Mac Jones is? I mean, I understand that Lance and Fields look a lot better, and Trey Lawrence isn't available, and neither is. Well, wait a minute. Zach Wilson's not supposed to be available, but then again, a narrative's running everything, being ran by the media. So, with that said, I don't know, Ellis. Is this something we should take seriously, like Chris Sims, or where are you at this point? Because we only got a few days to go here. Who's getting picked up on April 29th at number 3?
I'm gonna answer that first, man. Just to get it out the way, I gotta stick with Trey Lance at 3, and if it's Justin Fields, I'm perfectly fine with that. Really, it's either or. It doesn't matter to me. But like I said, I've been talking about Trey Lance since beginning before last season even started, really. And I've seen him and saw those numbers and stuff. So it's kind of like, at this point, I just don't want to hear nothing else about no Mac Jones. That clearly was a smoke screen. And yeah, there is a whole lot of
smoke screen from who though? Is that the media? I mean, Kyle did say he liked Mac Jones, but he didn't say anything overwhelmingly big.
Yeah. He's I think Belichick wants Mac Jones, and he might try and go get him. He might move up a few slots and try to go get him, because we're going to pass on him, and Mac Jones will probably go, what?
So Atlanta gets a phone call from Belichick.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but I don't think Atlanta's probably not going to want to go back that far. So I don't know what the hell. Belichick he wants Mac Jones, but that doesn't mean he's going to necessarily be able to get him. I mean, he'd probably take Kyle Trask or, Davis Mills and be perfectly fine, but he wants Jimmy Garoppolo probably first. And if he's unable to maybe move up or make anything happen, then maybe Jimmy Garoppolo might end up getting shipped during the draft. I don't know.
You know what?
I really don't know.
It's only a few spots. At Mac Jones, I think he falls to 15 if the 49ers don't take him like the people are saying. So Belichick may get nervous, though, and try to move up at least to 10. I think the Dallas Cowboys in the 10th spot. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but,
and Dallas is trying to move up. Yeah, they're trying to move up, too. So
Dallas vacates the spot. And so, because Belichick's got plenty to give away. He's still got some picks and everything else. So if he wants Mac Jones, which I find interesting, but we'll see. Belichick probably said the same thing about Tom Brady. They said the same thing about Tom Brady when he came in. Belichick made him into one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. So, you know. But,
there's definitely a lot of prejudice going on, and unfortunately, we are familiar in our community with how much we've been getting that flack and getting that negative press for a long time, and so I really hope that all that stuff can kind of get put to bed, and Justin Fields definitely deserves to be a top pick as well as Trey Lance. I'm going for either one of those brothers. So any of that nonsense, we got to not entertain that. But yeah, Mac Jones, that just adds to kind of the negative, how we kind of can look at the Mac Jones pick in ways too, because with the history thing, and they try to, we drop anything, we knock over something, they own us, but Mac Jones can get away with. Or it's just others, you know what I mean? I'm not going to target him because he is a good quarterback. I said that before. Looking at his, for what he was actually able to do what a quarterback in the position where you got the best line, the best wide receiver core and offensive weapons and coaching staff in college football. He made it work and he did what he's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So, and he's earned the right to get a spot somewhere, you know what I mean, in the NFL. But it's not on the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
And
it's like people said,
we're not having
number
that.
three, you don't pick up a scheme fit. You pick up the best football player you can get. So yeah, it makes sense. So we're gonna find out.
Yeah, man. This boy, I was just watching this tape on this guy Seth Williams, this wide receiver. He's like 6'3", maybe 210 or something like that. I can't remember exactly the weight, but I was just watching him get busy on these boys. There's a lot of nice talent out there, man, and I think we're going to do real well. I just can't wait to see. I'm actually more excited this year than I was last year about the draft. So, of course, I mean, and not just because of the pick, but I just feel like there's these drafts. This draft holds a lot of great talent this year. You know what I mean? So
we got a lot of picks.
I'm just excited to see who we're able to get. We'll probably end up mortgaging 2 more of those picks and leave with 7 again, like we did last year, 7 or 8. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if we get the full 9, if we go to full 9, I'm down with that.
You figure last year we came out with way more picks than we came in there.
Around.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, that was because of how we were able to do that. But now this year we had already gave up picks before we even started in the draft. Last year we kind of waited a little bit for the draft, and then started moving.
Choice.
Once the draft began. Yeah. But
all right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ellis. We'll look for you Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday it is, man. Peace and love, Brother Ronbo. Hey, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, man, and shout out to the Niner faithful. And I must say, I didn't get a chance because I wanted to open up with this. I am disgusted. I am disgusted that Aldon Smith is a Seattle Seahawk.
No. Why? He could have went. Oh.
Y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand. And that just lets me know that y'all are obsessed, okay? You have an obsession, and y'all need help. You know what I mean? Y'all the weakest of the weak. Y'all need our players. Y'all need everything. Y'all want to smell our clothes. Yeah. I bet you they probably smell like money when they come. You know what I mean? The ex-Niner players, when they come out, I bet Kerry Hyder was smelling real nice. I bet Alden either still has some Niner remnants on him. But, yeah, go to hell, Seahawks. Peace and love, Brother Ronbo.
All right, Ellis. Night.
100. Yeah.
I forgot that Hyder was over there. Yeah, Aldon Smith, Hyder. They got Reed. Who else? Man, they just make a collection now. God. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Bethel, man, we're looking at that number 3 spot, and everybody's is all upset even before we get there, because if they don't get, see, this is why not having a dog in this particular race, I am really not affected. I don't know. Actually, though, I got to tell you, Bethel, I'm not sure I'm going to feel if they pick up Mac Jones, because I'm going to wonder. Okay, Kyle.
I don't think they're gonna pick up Mac Jones because, first of all, Mac Jones is there's a percentage that they put on. I don't know if it was rollouts or if it was in the pocket or it was something.
Oh, you mean
but he
certain
was
things
the
about
last
the quarterback?
Yeah, and he was the one in the bottom. So
Jones is.
And then plus, if you see in his pro day, Kyle was like, it looked like in his face he wasn't happy what he was seeing.
Mac was messing up.
So,
he didn't look that bad during any games. But hey, Bethel, you know what? They're going to look at the game footage more than pro day. I mean, they're going to knock it off as, well, maybe he was nervous or something. I mean, he looked ridiculous out there. But if he gets nervous in his own pro day, I don't know.
Both pro days, he didn't. I even think Bill Belichick looked at him like, come on, man. Like,
I know.
If you see Bill Belichick do that to a quarterback, you know he's not going to pick him either.
Yeah, he's not going to pick up something.
Yeah,
maybe, though.
He's probably going to pick up. There's other better quarterbacks that are no names that, people could pick up.
I can't wait to see where Mac Jones ends up.
Yeah, I go look at Green Bay when they picked up Aaron Rodgers. He fell really far down, and he thought he was going to get picked right away.
I know.
So
it's going to happen again this year. And there's going to be other great players that get picked up late. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, so
he's still mad.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's you don't know who they want. You don't know who they're gonna get. But we hope they make the right decision. We hope they get the right player, and hopefully they do their homework and do all this.
But Bethel, how much do you trust Kyle Shanahan? I think what we're forgetting, this is Kyle's team. He should know by now what he's doing. If Kyle says Mac Jones is his guy, there may be some solid reasons why. If he picks up anybody else, same thing.
I seen Mac Jones a long time ago where they compare him to Brady. I didn't want to bring nothing up, but I'm like, how you're not gonna, you can't compare him to Tom Brady. Tom Brady did some smart stuff. This guy, didn't do some smart stuff.
I know, and plus he had, my God, he had some talent surrounding him.
Yeah,
Ooh, God, he had some great talent.
Yeah, so it's you could say the same thing with Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys have a lot of great talent, but they can't get to the big show.
Hey, but Bethel, that's what I was trying to tell people. Remember when Zeke had the greatest offensive line, maybe one of the greatest offensive lines in football history, Dallas Cowboys? Him and Zeke were just awesome. Him and Zeke have not been anything special. Remember that year that he did okay was the year before last we got hurt? Look, Zeke ain't beat a team over 500 yet. I said, look, you know why? That all-star offensive line's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So people talk about you got to get a mobile quarterback in case your offensive line's no good. No. You will get your brains beat out even if you have a bad offensive line. Russell Wilson can testify to that,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's fed up of having to run and get hits and get sacked and all this shit. That's why he wants protection in the front line.
He has a right. Poor guy.
Yeah.
God. Aaron Donald whipping him around like a rag doll. And Donald always tackles Russell Wilson so rough. He can't just tackle Russ. He's got to get a suplex on him. Or one of where he takes him from one side and slams him across his body to the ground. I said, well, I tell you, Russ, that was uncalled for. I feel bad for you.
Because I bet you anything. If Kyle Shanahan would have been coaching the Cowboys, I bet they would have won a couple of Super Bowls with him because of the talent that the Dallas Cowboys have.
Yes.
So it all depends on who you have and who does everything. Sometimes Kyle does some stupid shit, but everybody, it happens because, you're doing too much. Mm-hmm. Hopefully with the new coordinator that, they put up there, hopefully, he takes out some of that, things off of his plate.
Yeah.
And tells him, hey, Kyle, do this play. This is working. Do this one. And hopefully, they work together and, get something done. Because right now, what they're doing is they're looking for the future, not, for something, less. Because imagine if we would have won more games and we would have been in the playoffs, we're going to have to give more draft capital to get that third spot pick.
Yeah.
But because of what happened, we didn't. Yeah, so, people have to realize that too.
Yeah, there's so many things connected. It's a whole network of things that we don't know a lot about. People think the 49ers trading up to 3. It's like Big Show said earlier, 49ers traded up to 3 because that's the best they could do, and that was their prerogative in the first place. They didn't want to take a chance in number 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10. So everybody thinks you can't trade up for all those picks and then pick up Mac Jones. You're still missing the point. So nobody wants Mac. So we're gonna go ahead and get somebody.
Yeah, because everybody has to realize that when you're gonna trade up, there's a point system. You have to give around that much to get to that spot.
Yep.
If you don't give them that much points, then they're not gonna want to.
Because they're gonna show you the same scale, the Jimmy Johnson scale of points. Bevel, we're gonna run out of time. Let me see you for Sunday, okay? You hardworking guy.
All right, see you Sunday. All right, see you Sunday. Keep up the good work and hit the like for Ronbo Sports. Let's go, Niners.
Thanks, fam.
All right.
See you Sunday.
Good night, bro.
Night.
See you.
And JT, say you're Shea's fanboy. Are we getting into battles? Rod just came in here and got Quest for 6 and just tore him up. Is it Quest for 6? Isn't that Lee? Lee, what is going on with you and the Rod? My God. And Christopher Hengler, who do you think the 49ers will pick third? Respect your insight. Peace, fam. Media already trying to jinx us next year. 49ers all the way. Chris, I don't know. I like Trey Lance. And every time you hear something about Justin Fields, they're pointing out enough things that kind of worrisome. So I figure Kyle's probably going to go with Lance. The more I hear, he's probably going with Lance. Let's see what happens after Monday. That's the media's going to go wild. They've already made up their mind who they want. The footage was out there. Lance has no experience in. God, this is a tough call. I don't think it's going to be Mac Jones. So, Chris, I just don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I can guess all day, though. Yeah, we just got twisted. JT, I say you're Shea's fan. Boy, that's the controversy. Twisted. You guys are pissing him off, huh? Sheik, the Iron Sheik. Come on in, Sheik.
Rombo, what's up, fam?
Sheik having fun.
What's going on?
Weekend time is
you
having fun tonight. You know, I as I said, I started off. This is the second time that Phil came in and sort of like sunk my ship on my whole theme. Right, I'm coming in and saying, why are the 49ers setting up a smokescreen? What is the point? What is the end game? Where do they want to go, and who are they trying to fool? So,
everybody.
Everybody. Kyle hasn't said anything. That's pretty much the media that you're talking. What? Damn.
Yeah.
That's right. The 49ers don't have anything to do with the madness that's going on in the media. They do. Hey, Sheik, they do a little bit, though, because Kyle didn't say anything derogatory about Mac. He hadn't said anything fantastic about anybody, really. So everybody's going with what they think is right. And like somebody who just pointed out, people need to stop. Oh, Rod, people need to stop thinking that they can think like Kyle Shanahan. You're not going to be able to achieve that. So whatever you appreciate and love ain't necessarily what Kyle Shanahan appreciates and loves. And what we hate ain't necessarily what Kyle Shanahan hates. So, Sheik, with that said, now what are you going to do? I gave him the ball. I'm the point guard. Take the ball. Take it to the hole, Sheik.
All right, I'm taking it. I'm going to slam dunk this, Ronbo. But let's say this. This is a situation. This is what Kyle does. He's going to confuse everybody. He's making the play right now. I want this guy. I want this guy. Wait, no, actually, I want this guy. He's going to confuse everybody, and then he's going to do like a backward pass behind his back and give it to me, and I'm going to freaking dunk it because this is what Kyle does. He does this at multiple years. Everybody thought we were going to get such and such, and we got Solomon Thomas on it, and that didn't work out, unfortunately. But that was maybe a job. But everybody thought, but we traded back with Chicago. And we traded back with the DeForest Buckner when we traded him away. And we got Keenum, but we traded back with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
There is a chance we might trade back. There's potential that might happen. Because what Kyle in this 49ers organization, he wants to have those late-round picks. I don't think it's going to happen this time of year because they are set on, and they're worried about Chicago and Patriots. Denver, they're going to try to come up. I doubt the Patriots because the Patriots never trade up and do that, unfortunately. But if Belichick is going to throw these like balls out there and say, "Hey, I want to get in this action," you got to get your guy the 3rd overall pick. And just saying about Justin Fields, the hate on him is ridiculous. Yes, every quarterback has his flaws, but it's how you come back from it and fix it. Trey Lance, for example. He has high ceiling, 1 year experience. That's the only thing I see. And people say he runs first, but he's shown you he could throw it. He has a great speed, spinning in those balls, the powerful in his arm. And then Justin Fields, people say it was one read. No, that's incorrect information. Bullshit freaking media said that. Everybody got debunked with that.
Yeah.
He is a good quarterback, but the thing about Mac Jones, everybody's talking about, he is the guy. 1 year experience. Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and Justin Fields has multiple years experience. Mac Jones has a freaking talent of weapons that he can throw to. The offensive line is crazy. And he has a backfield that he run the ball with. Mac Jones is not a talented guy. He might fit our system, but it's time to get away. And the reason why I say I think it's going to be Justin Fields is what I saw on the second pro day. When they said they're going to pitch some plays, I seen a certain play because normally when Justin Fields is on shotgun formation, his left foot is back. This time, his right foot is back.
Yeah, I read that.
Kyle's testing him. Yeah, Kyle's testing him. And the information I see, I'm like, dude, I think this guy is going to be the guy. He could do both worlds. He has experience. He's number 1 in high school at ESPN, number 1 recruit. Kyle's definitely been asking for it. He wants Zach Wilson, but that's not going to happen. Saul's going to get his guy. So I think Justin Fields is the guy, but Trey Lance, he better hit that home run because this is the big
I wonder that decision to get Zach, could that be for just the reason you just said? Saleh goes over and says, well, listen, I tell you what, Kyle was going to go for Zach Wilson, and if that be the case, I think we should probably think about doing that ourselves. We're number 2. Can you imagine?
Yeah. That conversation happened. They were like, hey, we're about to trade up. Can we trade with you? Who are you getting?
No.
And he was like, oh, no. But we did the scouting that we did with Adam Peters. We're getting Zach Wilson. All right. Well, I guess I'll just get my second guy that was my camp.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's when the trade happened. And then they went, all right, well, I'll get my other guy that I really liked as well. He was in my camp, Justin Fields. But I'm glad they're doing what they're doing, Ronbo. Like, they're looking at every detail. They're checking all the boxes. That's what because this is your job is on the line.
It is.
And Kyle, I don't want him to go, but Trey Lance could be that guy. He could be that Mahomes. That's why I'm going to say right now, Ronbo, and I know you agree, Jimmy G should not go anywhere. Yeah. Justin Fields should be a backup, maybe mid-season coming in, because all quarterbacks have hiccups. And I want him to be best that he could be. Be the Mahomes that you could be. Be the Aaron Rodgers you could be.
But if we're winning, it's going to be just like Mahomes. At the last game of the season, he'll get in, But you know what?
I'm fine with that.
We're going to see. Because if we're going 14, 15, 14, and we're getting ready to go for a perfect season, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. Sheik, look at us. We're having too much fun and we're over time. I see my blue flashing light. So, Sheik, we see you Sunday.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, shout out to you, sir. But, Emilio, shout out to you, man. You're a great caller, bro. You're the OG in this caller, man. But anyways, shout out to Rumble Fan Club. Shout out TNT. Faithful, hit that like for Rumble Sports and follow all platforms. Go Niners.
Right, Sheik. Night, fam. And get your groove on. 97B. A top pick mobile quarterback makes our defense better in practice. True, because that means those kind of quarterbacks can't fool 49ers defense. That's what Johnson did last year. Did a great job, too. Our defense got really good toward the end of the year. Inspires Jimmy G to elevate his game, and the rookie learns to play smart against a lethal defense, and that's so important. If you can tool up against our 49ers defense, well, you got to be ready. Thanks for the contribution, fam. All right. Are we finished here? Guys, I tell you what, it's fun tonight. It's always fun. It's really fun tonight. Some people got some words off the chest. I didn't know. Listen, we got to remember though, after draft season, we have to get back to being normal like we were before the draft. Some of the things are being said. I'm gonna have to go back and apologize after we get past the draft to a lot of people on Twitter. I have been mean and nasty, really rude. I want to apologize. I probably didn't mean it as it looked written. I like Jimmy, okay? I can't help it. I just really think he's had I just think he's had a bad deal. I've told you about, I didn't think the receiving core has been the best since he's been there. The offensive line, I don't blame them as much because if Jimmy you get rid of the ball, receivers, he'll find them, he'll get it to them. So, I'm looking forward to have a great year because I still think he's going to start the season. Maybe. I was 100% sure, but now I have no idea. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, my point is, if I've been rude, nasty, and mean, I'm not really that way. Not normally. I'm Mr. Ooh La La. It's his fault. Fam, I'll see you Sunday. And Tony Nagatani will be our Red Gold GM to start the Sunday fun off. So have a great night. And once again, fam, thank you for the contributions tonight. Look forward to seeing you Sunday. Don't forget to like.